care. As for a recap, last we left off, it was rather uneventful seeing as we had to end early. However, eventful in the sense that your group was able to triumph over the frost giants who invaded and attempted to disgrace your home of Mesra, and Omu as a whole, or sorry, Schult as a whole. Knowing that their intentions were to track down and hunt artist Sember, you engaged and defeated Drufi and her crew of frost giants, working for some supposed Jarl Stormvold from a faraway land, sent here to collect the Ring of Winter for unknown purposes. Not questioning too much other than the protection of your own homes, for most of you, you did so. And after your victory, you attempted to reconvene with Wolf, who had split off and engaged in a 1v1, for lack of better terms, with one of the giants your group met into the earlier stage of the campaign. One of the only ones who spared your group the time of day more so than a simple fight, that being Thyra. Speaking with her momentarily before engaging in combat, their battle was fierce, with Wolf ultimately coming out on top, losing some aspect of control within himself and tearing her to shreds.
It wasn't exactly much of a fight.
It definitely was.
Wow.
Wouldn't say either of you walked out of that fight with great condition. However,
What you talk about? I had 720s, man. I'm
look,
feeling
you still were
great.
low health by the end of that, alright?
Yeah, I know.
Regardless, concluding the fight and finding Wolf in this brutal and vicious state, Viren temporarily incapacitated him, long enough for your group to wake him back up and shake him out of whatever stupor he was in. We find ourselves now, you sitting down nearby ruined stone apothecary of old that has been wrecked and rubbled from where Thyra ripped pieces and chunks off of the building to throw them at Wolf. Currently, you're collecting yourselves and taking a deep breath, but as you are, Artis simply suggests your group should be moving on, not wasting time, that the ritual is soon at hand. Standing up from your position, dusting off your wounds, and marching forward, your group has a brief moment to share conversation, collect yourselves, and think about what's happening going forward before you reach the proper ritual site. At this point, the sounds of battle and loud thudding stomps throughout the city are starting to die down, as with Drufi's death and a lack of leadership and general stirring throughout, it seems most giants that would have been around have begun to rout.
Like, we're all together, right?
Yes, you're all together walking towards the secondary ritual site, or primary ritual site in this case, where the Maze Walker was supposedly being awoken to ward off the giants. And seeing as the giants are leaving, you can only assume that their mission was a success, though you might not have seen the ripples of it quite yet.
Am I still covered in, like, blood and entrails?
Yes.
I'm gonna look over towards Cinder, since Byron isn't here. I'm gonna look over towards Cinder, and I'm gonna say, what happened back there? I can't remember.
Well, I mean, I didn't see exactly what you did, but I mean, you were going a little, so we had to, like, get you to stop and then heal you.
And I'm still alive, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Did Byron try to go through on his promise?
Yeah?
That's good. You know,
Much to my dismay.
You took a big risk trying to heal me, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I take big risks all the time.
We'll discuss this more later.
Okay.
Otis says, Don't be upset with your group for not going through with killing you. In the end, you are quintessential for this ritual as much as any of the other sentinels are. If you wish, I can describe exactly what it is we're trying to do.
You mentioned the ritual and everything like that, but you never told me exactly what it was for, other than that it's supposed to be a savior for this, our home, at least.
Yes, something like that. Mm, I haven't been here for a long time, so I've only jumped into what the other sentinels had already done. However, it seems that the ritual that they were trying to complete was to find some way to contact Ubtail. There have been old documents in the meeting hall. He points to the center of the city where you see a massive cathedral that stands above all other buildings in this maze-like town, uh, it being domed with a golden roof. He says, I remembered some of the old passcodes to get into certain rooms that were still locked, and we were able to acquire what was necessary to begin this ritual. Unfortunately, the giants follow me like a swarm of locusts.
By the looks of things, it seems that they're not going to be a problem much longer.
Perhaps not for us at least, but I'm sure this isn't the last I'll see of them.
Let us hope it is. Just do what we need to do.
I can only hope.
I could really use some rest after this.
Unfortunately, I don't think that is going to be an option for now. We need to complete this sooner than later.
Great.
And sorry if this brings up any old scars. If somehow Ross is even slightly aware of what we're doing, then I'm not taking any chances with him. I've seen
Don't
him
worry.
fight.
Don't worry about it. I'm starting to think that my whole life is going to be nothing but full of scars.
Thus is the life of adventure, I suppose.
I suppose.
Regardless, the only thing I can really tell you otherwise is the maze engine itself. Maze engine? Fuck. Maze Walker itself is
Please do not mention that abomination.
Yeah, I wanted to start the campaign.
Despite the rather assumptive name, it actually is a stationary sentinel, and it will be the center focal point of this ritual we are to complete. Should we succeed, hopefully we'll be able to get into some form of contact with the very long-distance god. At that
Yeah.
point, it's up to all of you to have some form of conversation. Convince him that this island is worth preserving. If you think you can.
I'll give it a try.
Hmm.
Couldn't hurt, right?
Of course. I would do it myself, but excuse me for an accidental joke, but I'm on pretty thin ice with him.
You know what? In all fairness, I feel like you've more than earned maybe a pardon in the future eventually, seeing as how half of what you've done wasn't really even under your own control.
Perhaps you're right. However, I highly doubt that Ubteo would see it that way.
Who knows what Uteo would see whatever way. We all know that he always believes in change.
Yes,
If you can change, that means he can change too.
perhaps.
Alright, let's
Regardless.
get this over with.
Yes. Not to be with you.
Uh,
As you finish your conversation, assuming you don't have anything else to say.
Question, nerd.
Yes.
Would I have any sort of memories or recollection of this maze walker, or would this be something I've never seen before? Because, like, it's in the city.
Scratching your head at the moment, you can make a history check with disadvantage. This is a tricky thing.
Dumb question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say
What?
anything about the gloves?
Not necessarily. No, nothing specific.
Okay.
Nerd,
Yes.
what is wrong with my sheet?
Oh God. Don't tell me that. What is wrong with your sheep?
I'm going to screenshot this because I can't really
Oh, boy.
describe this.
Okay. It might be as simple as a reload of the foundry, but we'll see.
I can't exactly read that.
Oh yeah, you should probably reload your. You should probably reload
What's
your
the
foundry.
matter? You can't understand that?
Yeah, come on, dude. That's Minecraft enchanting table.
I'm sorry, I don't read
Minecraft?
computer glitch.
Ooh, I'm gonna open this up on stream. Oh my god.
Let me
Foundry, my beloved.
let me see. There it
Oh.
is.
My god.
Hey, English, my favorite. The history with disadvantage, you said?
Huh.
God.
Yes.
Well, probably wasn't gonna pass either way, but
Jeez. Honestly, he should get advantage since he was just spoken to by the gods.
like I said, man, I used up all my luck for the next few sessions, and that last one for that fight, I don't expect to get good rolls.
Cinder?
What?
As I said, you scratch your head, but you aren't sure. You have to see it.
Okay.
What are you saying my name for?
We're fucked.
Oh, I mean, we're always fucked. What do you mean?
Good point.
This whole adventure has been fucked. Weirdly
Man, I ain't even
fun.
got my damn boat yet.
First it was the snake, now it's the boat.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Yeah, and you want to know what I'm gonna name that boat?
As-
Flying
Snakey.
snake.
as you finish reaching the ritual site, you aren't sure what you would expect from it. Having seen Pontifex's own ritual lair, you aren't sure if it's going to be more of the arcane variety. Perhaps that is what you're expecting. But when you arrive, what you instead see is a beautiful lake, or pond of kinds. Man-made stone decor all around, surrounding the base of the pond, or ream rather, and in the center of it, what looks like a massive statue of looks like a hooded humanoid or man perhaps of some kind with thick roots growing down the length of his body. A massive stone staff in one of his hands, or rather held tightly to his chest, and what looks like some cracked armor making up the majority of his lower attire. Besides that, you see trees, vines, and mosses growing through different parts of the body in every direction and place, and a lush, beautiful nature, generally, that just surrounds this environment. Much more vibrant, much more alive than what you're used to, what you would expect. I can post a picture. However,
Very descriptive for lush.
thank you. I can post a picture.
I like,
However,
no, legitimately, I like that.
I know, I said
That's
thank
good.
you. Bear in mind, this is a cover art for a book, so you're gonna see the book's
Here we
title.
go. We're getting canceled.
Congratulations. You'll be seeing this again in the future potentially, but this is what it looks like.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that a whole ass campaign on its own?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, I know
Talk
what
about
a potential future campaign Wolf could be showing up in is.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
I have plans, but I'll explain them after session.
Ew. Are you gonna make me make a new character again?
At the moment, you look around and you see the Sentinels. All of them are gathered in various locations and places. It seems that they've assembled a mock raft to float out to the center of this very overflowed pond. Frogs jumping out of the way off nearby lily pads as they part the water. Only one of them really being able to go on this raft at a time, while the rest just stand surrounding one another at a what looks like stone dining spot or a benched area.
Question.
Oh.
So, I just
Some
want
of
to
them
throw it
noted
out
you to
there.
come in the distance and wave.
I just want to throw it out there. I am casting Legend Lore at some point, but wait until that's like a good time.
What?
for big statue Legend Lore. Just at some
When do
point.
you want to do it? Because you have to tell me when you want to cast a spell. I don't tell you when you want to cast your
No. I know. I just wanted people to finish their RP first, if there was gonna be any. So I was just throwing it out there that I'm going
But
to do
it depends. Are you going to be casting Legend Lore on the statue or lake?
that. Why would it be the lake?
Pond, whatever. I don't give a shit.
I mean,
What that I wasn't
Technically,
questioning
it's
on the
an
choice
area.
of words. Why would I do it on water?
No, on the location itself.
it's reasonable, I guess.
Like
Regardless,
the
it's
pond.
all encompassed in the same vein, no matter what you search. Regardless, you tell me when you want to cast your spell. Is that what you said? Let's clarify again, because I got washed away with the tide.
I just wanted to save it until people were like done and it was a good time. I was just telling you that that's going to be a thing.
Keep it in mind.
Saying
Thank you.
that whole dining area situation all the other statues are in right now. I mean, I bet it'd be pretty looking good with a table. You know, I'm just saying.
God,
There is
yep,
a table there is a table and benches made of cracked stone.
It's not as
There
good as
seems to
mine.
be apparatuses and arcane devices laid out on it, like a round
Wolf will
table.
not be satisfied until
Wolf
he
just
and his
walks
kin
over,
recreate that
flips
one
the
picture
fucking
of
table.
Jesus at the dining table.
Ah! The
Yeah.
Last Supper?
Family portrait. Yeah, the Last Supper.
God. Just one of the most famous paintings in the whole world. You know, that one where Jesus went and got McDonald's for people at brunch.
Regardless,
Yes.
marching forth and arriving at the destination, Artis immediately goes to the eagle-headed sentinel and begins to speak with her on the side momentarily. You see in her hand a bright glowing crystal, the one specifically, Wolf, that you granted unto them, whereas Grace specifically will walk up to your group as you arrive first. She approaches and says, "You all look terrible.
We feel
Are
pretty
you
terrible.
all right?" "Oh. Well, that is a shame to hear. Is there anything we can do to help? We have to do this soon."
It's been a long day, Grace. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't suppose any of you can perform healing magics, can you?
You're all standing.
I don't believe so. Maybe he can? She points out to the statue in the lake. But I wouldn't count on it. I wouldn't count on it being friendly, even. We don't know how it's going to act. Hopefully it's loud enough to scare away any attackers. Regardless. We're getting ready to do it. We were waiting on you to arrive, so on your mark, we are ready to go.
Would I be able to get my canoe up here in any timely fashion?
I'd say you have a lizard to mount it, be carrying it along. Regardless, she says, there's one thing to keep in mind though, and that's that to activate it, someone is going to have to go underwater. So if any of you are particularly versed in breathing, then
I can do it. I need to wash this off anyway.
I'm sure any of us could do it. I was just making a note. We are quite heavy.
Yeah. At least it'll give me an excuse to wash the blood off.
That's good. Guess you want to be presentable.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Regardless, you have a moment to convene with any of the sentinels at this point, or Artis, if you wish, or to perform any actions or do any activities before awakening this mage engine. But time is of the essence.
So you said Artis is talking with the falcon head statue.
He's talking with the eagle-headed one. The falcon, which is Artis's statue, is
Is it
currently off to the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be, yeah.
I'm gonna.
Falcons and eagles are different birds.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to him for a moment.
Right, who? Specifically?
the artist's sentinel.
Walking over to the table and speaking to it, the Sentinel of Bravery, as you come near, will stand up and wander off. Sitting down, he'll look to you and say, "What will it be? You ready to start this, or are we delaying further?"
Well, I just wanted to ask, who exactly is gonna talk to, when this is over? I don't exactly think any of you want me to do it.
A majority of us would quite possibly put our hats in the ring. However, as much as I hate to admit it, you might be the best bet. You were the one who was tasked with carrying around the power core for the longest time. That has to be worth something, and the rest of us, we barely remember anything of our pasts. The only one who does is her, and he points to the Sentinel of Perception.
Huh. Alright. Well then.
She's too honorable to speak with him.
Well, I guess I'll give it my best bet then. I can't promise anything.
We are all, more than you could possibly understand, counting on you. Do not fail.
Yeah. I'm starting to grasp that situation a bit more by the second.
Good.
Alright. Hold on one moment. I'll be right back. And as I say that, I'm just going to... Hold on. I'm just gonna fucking just walk towards the lake and then just slowly submerge myself in the water and just get cleaned up. Just walk into it casually.
You walk in and I immediately need you to make me a dex save.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming you're walking
Congratulations,
in
the
this.
bottomless pit.
I'm assuming you're walking in this Jason style.
Like the GIF I just put in the OC?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's. I'm assuming you're not even taking time. You're just posting in.
Yeah.
Luckily, you're able to grab onto the edge and stop yourself, because as you drop in and immediately start sinking, you realize this is a overflown basin. This used to be some form of raised courtyard, but now, as you wander in, it is a very steep drop downward,
Oh.
albeit through water, and
Like
you're
how
just
deep?
holding on to the edge at the moment.
Oh. I'm just kind of gonna turn my head around. I'm like, okay, this is a bit deeper than I expected.
All in all, the bottom of the statue would reach down roughly 40 feet.
I'm
That's to the
gonna.
ground, with little stairways and crevices in between to make a platform. This was a amphitheater of types at one point, or a ritual ground.
I'm gonna help Wolf out of the pond.
Actually, nah, I'm good. I need to go down here anyway, so.
Well, hold on here. If you're going out there, do you think it's best if we use my canoe here? I'm thinking if I give you a bit of rope, just so we kind of know where you are.
Sentinel Perception's going to walk up and look down towards Wolf and over towards you, Jack, and say, "As fun as it would be to have a canoe ride, unfortunately, the place where the power source needs to be placed is under the water."
Ah.
I'm aware of that, but we use the canoe like a bobber.
Tying a rope to it.
Jack, you
And
know
then
he
to
glows,
Wolf,
right?
just so we know where he is underwater, because we're not going to be able to see him.
He
Pretty
glows
sure-
in the dark.
Yeah, it won't be too hard to see me.
It could be reliable for getting him out, perhaps.
Exactly.
If you can lift that much.
Well, it's not
That
a
is
problem.
the struggle.
Well, we'll figure that out when we get there. If you want to
Yes,
go
I
through
have
with that, we
strange-
can go through with that.
I have a strange feeling your ropes might not hold, but it's whatever you
It's worth
wish
a
to
try.
try.
I'm going wolf fishing. It's a big one.
Basically. Yeah, no. I'm
Oh,
gonna hand him
hell
a piece of
no!
my rope then and tie the other end to my canoe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just don't pull me down with you, please.
Can't really
How long
promise
is your
that.
rope?
I believe I have 250 foots. I think. Let me double check.
Okay, 50 feet is enough. You only need 50. So
Yeah,
150.
if it matters, it's silk.
That does matter. um, good to know. Silk is better than
DC's,
hempen.
I suppose for breaking it, yeah.
It's better. It's more durable than hempen.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna look towards the other sentinel, and I'll just be like, well, I guess I'll give it a shot. I'll reach out my hand for the crystal.
she'll look down to you and lean over to hand down the crystal into your hand, and she places it in, not letting go of it quite yet. She says, I overheard, and he isn't wrong. We are counting on you to do this right. Once it awakens, we don't know what will happen or what we'll need to do. Hopefully it knows.
I'm going to just kind of go silent for a moment and look down, and then I'll say, well, I'm glad at least you guys have faith in me.
Oh, you got this, buddy.
You are the hope of this jungle. Don't let it fail. Have faith in yourself. She lets it go. Pulls back.
I'll just kind of look up towards everybody, and then I'll just kind of give like a small nod, and then just let go of the edge and let myself sink down into the dark.
You sink down below. A rope attached to you at the other end, holding you taut and leading your way back up should you need to remember how to get back up.
Just let go like the fucking Titanic.
I'm
Reaching
sorry, Jack.
slowly, or rather rapidly, I suppose, for your stature, floating down into the water. At this point, you have time to take in the view. It's dark in most places. However, there is a light overhead. In places where the moss and thick overgrowth doesn't bother to block the sun, you can make out murky streaks of light which give homage to what this place used to be. A beautiful and decorate temple or courtyard, just a viewing platform for the might of this statue. There isn't any intricate design as you've seen throughout the other city in this place as there are in some others. It seems it's almost purposefully kept simplistic as to not draw any attention away from the centerpiece. That which itself you see the base of. Only the top half of it is really made out. You do see some aspect of where legs might be. However, they're cut off, and it seems to be built into the ground itself, as if it was built up, leading some truth to what Artist said earlier about it being stationary. As you finish taking it all in, you hear the muffled thuds as your feet land to ground. The only way forward.
I guess I'll just kind of hold the crystal out in front of me for a bit of light, and then just kind of walk forward.
As a point of note, as you get closer, you can see the crystal glowing brighter and brighter. Walking forward and arriving at the base of the statue, the crystal resonates. You feel an energy coming through it that almost strengthens your own. Heal at least 15 hit points for now.
Okay.
It's not much, but you feel quickly any cracks or bruises or overall exhaustion and lack of power from your fight start to momentarily fade. You're still haggard, however any exterior bruises are now gone. Any chipped stone has been refilled.
Well,
Bits of
nice.
moss are just growing from the ground onto your legs.
Yes. Is there like anything of note, like in terms of like where I can or a person can stand or something like that?
If you want to look for the area where you can plug this in, sorry, I saw the general gif. Then you can make me a investigation or perception of your choice. I will say, guided by the light source, You would have advantage.
So investigation or what?
Perception. Okay. Utilizing this source of light. Quick question: do you have
Fuck,
a limit to how long you can breathe underwater by technicality of your race?
I don't believe so. I don't
Wonderful.
really
I
I
wouldn't
don't really
expect
think
you
we
to.
need to breathe.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
have a quick
expect
question. Nerd.
Mhm.
If would the bullseye lantern light reach him down there or no?
How I would say not, because of how distorted and how
Okay.
overgrown the surface of the river would be, or lake, rather.
Alright.
Regardless, though, he's got all the light he needs, and with a 17, it's more than enough, or rather, close to enough, for you to find what looks like a heavy, heavy thicket of vines and grasping roots closed over an area more so than any other. Like they're protecting something. It's the most obvious thing you've seen so far.
I guess I'll walk over to those and just kind of try to gently brush them aside if I can.
You attempt to gently brush some of the leaves aside, however, it's no use being gentle. Doesn't seem to have any or any real effect.
Alright, well then
Thick roots.
I'll use my claws and try to slash at them to try to cut them free, cut them away.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. It will let me. I need the target selected. Hold on.
Just if you open up the attacks edit screen, you can just click standard roll.
Yeah.
Or attack right there.
Yeah, there we go.
Ugh. You take your claw and through the lethargy of the water fighting against you, you aren't able to make a serious impact against the vines, but you do hit them and leave a small scratch of just general force as you're trying to push it out of the way. As you try and push, you hear a groaning noise that gurgles through the water around you. The rest of you on the surface just seeing small ripples through the lake on its surface.
Would there be anything specific for me being on the water?
Not specifically.
Okay. I'm assuming I can talk underwater. It's just garbled a little bit. I'll just kind of turn around and say, okay, well, something clearly didn't like that. I'm going to hold the crystal up to the vines, see if that does anything.
Make a persuasion check. Or nature check.
Okay.
Of your choice.
Persuasion or nature? Devin.
You present the stone, however, you see the vines move and almost like they're acknowledging what you have and potentially who you are, but they aren't opening up. They're shifting in some way. You aren't sure. At least, you aren't sure until you look at your feet. And you see two thick vines starting to grapple around your legs. And wrap around.
I'm going to kind of just think to myself for a moment. And then I'm going to look back up at the statue and slowly get down on one knee. And then just kind of bow my head and kind of like a show of respect a little bit. And then I'll just kind of mutter to myself, to whatever can hear me. I'll say, please, let me try.
Make a religion check with advantage. holding it close and focusing tightly in on it, spending every ounce of your consciousness that still lingers. Crystal at your chest resonates further. Heal yourself 20 hit points. However, as you bend down to a knee, you feel the vines continuing to wrap around you, as if they aren't listening to you. Creeping and getting ready to take you under, or pull you in. You're unsure.
I'm honestly just not really even gonna fight it, in all honesty.
Good to know.
I'm just kind of gonna let them do what they're gonna do, just not show any aggression here.
You're not fighting it, so you're grappled.
Okay.
Eventually wrapped so much that you're restrained. Make a nature check.
Okay. That rolled off a 20. I'm so upset.
Huh.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
not. That's what I expect.
You get no further advice. The vines begin to pull you in. Damage time!
Yeah. Ow.
You're resistant to poison, right?
Yes.
This feels less horrible. Make sure to make a, actually, there is no check tied to this. You take 10 bludgeoning damage and then... No, I suppose half as much poison damage there. I'll let you roll a Constitution save, just for kicks and giggles. At least for your first round. Yeah, 15 is sufficient enough. You'll take a quarter of the damage from that 21. After taking the first blow, as you feel these vines wrapping, constraining, and attempting to damage you, you have a strange feeling these are perhaps not connected in the way you might think.
Well, that's a good thing to know about this, because now I've been knocked below half HP. I'm kind
You
of
want to
gonna...
roll initiative?
Yeah, I kind of don't really have a choice in that matter.
No, you don't. Go ahead and join. Can you without a token? You probably can't, actually.
I don't think so, no.
Right. We're going to just drag the tokens onto the table then, and you know what? I want a nicer place to do this, so... Let me see if I can find a simple map
Like
to
jungle...
utilize.
If I just start dropping caltraps in the water, does that help him?
No, all you're doing is just throwing shiny, sparkly, sharp things in the water.
Yeah, and it draws the muskies away from you.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to get a map, but here's what we'll do. We'll just use the Schultz map and we'll put you off to the corner here, just so we have the ability.
Okay.
No, at this point it is later at night, I would say, because your group has spent that time.
Describe the sun.
Yep. And there you go. You can put yourself where you are, and we'll just assume distance-wise in the
Okay.
air.
Well, alright. Just needs to be an active encounter. Yep, there it is.
Did I roll for your initiative an accident?
No, I did.
Okay, for some reason it didn't. Oh! That's good. With this in mind, you feel the vine wrapping around you and enter into a rage.
Yep. So,
Right?
Blood Rage.
And then your turn is the first. How would you like to begin? As these vines are wrapping and coiling around you, trying to take you in and annihilate you.
I'm gonna pop my Crimson Right for electricity.
Alright.
Hey, yo, I'm on the water. Calm down.
See fish float up.
Oh god. Hey, dinner. Never mind. Proceed.
Right. Yeah, I got do this. Target. Yes. There we go. Ooh, ouch.
Substantial portion of damage that you'll take. I'll say that for now, lightning damage will be doubled to any targets, but to you it'll be 5 for now.
Okay.
I love the music you got going, nerd.
I'm trying to mute myself in between conversation, but I can't do anything about it,
Alright.
unfortunately.
I'm gonna
Walk in there and turn their music off and leave. Don't say a
I
word.
can't turn off a band.
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna just let the rage kind of consume me a little bit like how it happened last time, but I'll kind of be muttering to myself, like in the back of my mind, like, just keep it under control, keep it under control. And that's a miss, I assume.
Hello?
Yeah,
Is noise suppression working?
a little bit. I mean, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm fine. My voice is fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does 8 hit?
Suppression. Tell me if the music keeps going. An 8. Let's see. Actually, that could. Fortunately, it does not for the first attack.
10?
And does hit.
Okay, so damage 8, and then it'll be. So it'll be whatever this Crimson Right damages, but doubled.
All right.
So that's 10, so that's 18 damage.
I'll be honest. I misread the AC. I'll still let it hit for now.
Oh, okay.
But it's my apologies. Regardless, let's see. Hybrid form, predatory strike. 8 damage. That's slashing. Yes.
Yes.
Check something real quick. This thing might have some. Nope, you're good.
And
Takes
I
quite a
don't
bit of
think
damage,
I
and then
can.
the 5 is doubled. That's the D6, right?
Yeah, I don't think I can make another attack because I had to use one of my initial actions to do Crimson Right. So that's all I can do for now.
Alrighty. In that case, it is time for the vines to take their go. As you fight back, you hear the gurgling grow louder and more violent. They are fully active at this point and aggressive. I would say, I'm assuming you're trying to just cut your way through the area they're protecting at the moment, yes?
Yes.
Alright.
And of course, get them off of me.
They seem to be moving so much towards you that they're loosening off of the area they're protecting, but it's not large enough for you to just shove the stone in there quite yet, if that's your plan. Regardless, though. I reckon that hits.
Yeah.
Not much bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Make me a athletics or acrobatics check to see if you can fight back against the vines. I'll say you aren't quite restrained yet. All right, you remain grappled. You can't move. However, you're not restrained, which is a boon to you. However, first bit of damage. Make a con save.
Okay. Ooh.
It hurts every time. Take half the damage, but I think that puts you unconscious, doesn't it?
Yes.
Alrighty. Ain't that tricky. I would say, for the rest of you overhead, you just see glowing and the water rippling, and that's kind of it. For you, Wolf, the vines completely entangle you, and I will say, for the sake of this, you're at 0, but you aren't unconscious quite yet. But all fight is gone from you. You're consumed by the vines and dragged in, stone still close to the chest, as it pulls you deeper in. You can still think. You're still alive. It's not killing you, but it's keeping you. You'll be held there for the time being until the other members of your entourage realize you are gone.
I'm just.
Unless there's anything
yeah.
you want to try and think or do. In that case, you could. It's a possibility.
I'll just kind of speak to myself, being like unable to move or do anything, and I'll just kind of mutter to myself in kind of like a down tone. I'll just say, I don't want to go back in the dark. And then I'll just kind
Aw.
of black out.
That's so sad.
You black out. Or at least you're about to. You see out of the corner of your eye, on one of the vines that's moving towards covering your face, all too familiar symbol scratched on into the vine of just a simple triangle. You'll hear a whisper in your mind that I'm going to PM you.
Would I? Is there anything I can do?
We'll get to that. Jack, I'll say you will. Before we get to that, you will feel the rope getting tugged and pulled. But Wolf, you hear that in your mind. You may respond however you wish. In your head, of course.
Out of curiosity, Cinder, would you have gone out with me or no?
I don't see why not. I could be flying.
We'll get to you too. However, Wolf.
Do you want me to PM this back?
You can say it aloud or PM it. Your choice.
I'll PM it.
Okay.
Got no spell slot.
While he is typing this, Cinder and Jack, you may both make a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception disadvantage.
Just to potentially, since you're above the location and the boat is being tugged, you might be able to potentially make out what's going on through beams of light.
You
Or
said
not.
disadvantage?
Yep.
That disadvantage really fucked both of us, didn't it?
Mhm.
You wouldn't immediately be able to notice anything. We'll wait for Wolf's response before I take the leash off of you guys. Uh-oh, Assassin Vine.
Leash moment.
Leash moment.
Nope. 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 Oh no, it's quiet.
I'm typing. There's a lot of typing, so my
Yeah.
apologies
We
at
need
the
some
moment.
filler.
You guys, okay. Any of you may conversate or discuss with one another. to
You
wonder
want
what's
some
going on.
filler?
What's
You can
happening.
have some filler legend lore.
Oh Christ! I have to type
Oh,
in
no.
legend lore. Okay, well, hold
I was
on
gonna
now.
say, I already kind of had something planned, but
You gotta type.
no.
You guys can chat if you want, just as long as it doesn't require me.
Also,
Give me a second.
I just had a realization. I'm gonna DM it to you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If the people ask for filler, I provide filler.
We've been here. There was no back, so
There's
we've just
dramatic
been silence. Yeah, we're waiting for the drop of the hat on what's gonna happen with our companion over here.
shit. I think this is the quietest we've ever been.
He'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
fine.
But well,
It was prophesized. He'll be fine.
with what I want to do, would it be all right to go back a little bit, like as Wolf's getting over there? Just for timing's
Unfortunately
sake?
not.
Well, I mean,
Go
for
ahead, do it
timing's
then.
sake, it would just be RP stuff. Like I said, filler.
You can do it now.
Yeah, you have to do it now. Now or never, unfortunately.
Make a damn mind. Now or not now?
Do it now or never.
Fuck's sake. All right, as we're heading out there, I'm just gonna be fishing.
There's no fish.
I don't fucking know that.
He's just gonna fish for no fish.
Pretty much.
You're gonna fucking put your line in the water and wait, and nothing's gonna bite, and you're just gonna get pissed off.
That's all fishing is. It's fucking waiting, whether or not you catch something.
Yeah, but
Past
that waiting is peaceful, man. I haven't been fishing in like 6 years.
All right, there you go, Wolf. That's the response you hear, and you may respond to that however you wish.
Yes, fishing.
Do you mind if I get a little bit of flavorful with this?
Go on. Be my
Always
guest.
be flavorful.
As I hear that line, I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to kind of just try to pick my head up, and I'm going to say that I'm still raging, but the light's going to switch from red to green again. Kind of like a ferocious green.
Sure.
And
angry green.
Yes. And I will say out loud, not yet. And I'm going to try to struggle as hard as I possibly can to break free, just kind of letting the Crimson Right just overflow like as through me as much as I possibly can.
And I suppose what I have to ask you is very pertinent. Are you accepting what is offered, or are you denying it, pushing back with whatever will you have left?
I accept it.
Alright. You have 1 HP. You may add that back. No points of exhaustion from being downed. And well, I'll let you roll the dice for this. Go ahead and let me get the spell out real quick. If it is a plant, it takes if your target is a non-magical plant, tree. Okay, hold on, that's not right. Magical plant. It makes a saving throw with disadvantage and maximum damage. Okay, never mind. There is no roll for this.
Okay.
Someone just put into a calculator 8 times 8 and tell me how much that is. I feel like that might be a bit
8 times 8
overkill.
is 64.
Oh my god.
Right, 64.
Put that into a calculator.
How can it screw you? I hate you. You're wrong. You're stupid.
I can't do math either, don't worry.
As the blight spell will be casted out from you. And the plant will make a save for whatever it's worth. 64.
shit.
That's
Haven't heard a good blading in a while.
Yahoo!
Constitution. What a yahooing about. Makes it with disadvantage
64.
'cause it's a plant. Oh my
Really
god.
glad that was a disadvantage.
It succeeded still.
Oh my
Half of
God.
64. That's gone.
32.
That's enough.
And it's gone.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
completely fucked. As you accept what was temporarily offered. As you do, you push through whatever force of will you have left. Lightning crackles throughout the vines. The rest of you above the water just see bubbles and what looks like bits of smoke pop up out of the water and just float. Wolf, as you look around you, as the lightning encompasses it, another energy encompasses it. You watch like a necrotic blight consume the life from these vines as they wither completely away.
Yes.
I'm
On your
kinda,
hand, you see the
Yeah.
triangle from before.
I'm gonna look at it, and then I'm just going to close my hand in a tight fist, and then just look back forward.
You push out of the vines to the best of your ability, as they're quite easy to push out of at this point, withered away. Whatever energy you have left, barely residing within you. Looking
And,
forward, you see the slot, the apparatus, where it needs to be.
And I'm putting that bitch right in.
You slot it in. As you do, a green glow bursts, brighter than any you've seen yet. You have to avert your gaze for whatever it's worth, even if you are a construct. And as the light starts to dim and you back away enough where you can make out some details, you see thick vines and foliage, non-sentient this time, very luckily, growing around, and instead of preventing this gem from being slotted in, they're protecting where it has been placed. Root making a cage surrounding it. All of you feel the water begin to stir and hear a deep, echoing rumble. Before this happens, Lucian, Legend Lore.
Bonjour.
As you cast Legend Lore, you can see, once again, another vision of the past. To keep things short and sweet with this one, you see massive stones carried by hundreds of well-capable hands and tools, some aided by magic, some not. Lifted, hoist, placed where they need to be, carved where they need to be. A massive sealed block is placed. A chisel in the hand of an unknown figure. Being shaped, this statue, by what you can only assume to be the essence of a god itself. But you can't comprehend its form. You just watch the magic of this craft. It's magnificent, and thousands gather in the city to witness it. That is all. It's not substantial, but as your vision returns, you just see the now flooded, damaged statue, only a shroud of its former glory. You also see it beginning to rumble. Wolf, what is your escape plan?
I'm gonna tug on the fucking rope.
Heavy rocks and branches begin to float down in the water as this statue's hands from the outside, the rest of you see it beginning to move and stir. Jack, Cinder, you just feel the boat begin to rock slightly.
I am tugging on that fucking rope urgently.
Okay,
Get me out!
I guess I'm gonna start pulling.
You sail off in the opposite direction of the statue to make way as the massive staff is going to rise and potentially strike your boat. Jack, I need you to go ahead and make... Hey, Jack and Cinder. Cinder, are you flying above this whole scene?
I am flying, yes.
How high would you be on the water?
I don't like that question.
How high?
Oh God.
How high
Bad
would you
dice
have
knowing
been
you.
floating?
I have 4 HP on me. I don't.
Answer the question. How high?
How high? Would you be above the water just slightly, or 60 feet in the air?
What will it be?
30?
To be drowned or swatted?
30. Ooh, that's pretty
30.
high. All right. You'll get to make this dex save with advantage. Jack, make a dex save. You too, Cinder.
Can I make it with advantage since I have proficiency with water vehicles?
No. The boat's gonna be making its own check.
Dex?
Your boat can make it with advantage. Roll a straight d20 with advantage for the boat, Jack. And yes, dex.
Saving, right?
I'm gonna. It's an ability check, so I'm gonna give myself a +4, because oh my god. Dexterity.
Buddha.
Ability check.
You said a d20 with what?
Just a straight d20 with advantage. 2d20.
Advantage.
A 19. Your boat manages to not get completely wrecked. And you got a
Sure,
plus.
however.
That's with the +4, yeah?
That's with the +4.
Oh no.
You'll be taking a little bit of damage.
I can't! I have 4 HP!
Oh, you can. You'll be taking it.
Oh yeah, unfortunately you will be.
Don't worry, I got a fishing net. I'll just scoop your limp ass out the water.
Oop.
Goop. Let me check something real quick.
This is the last time I hang out with
Oh,
you on
yeah.
a boat.
Oh yeah.
You weren't even on the boat.
This is the
Oh, yeah.
last time I hang out with you when you're on a boat.
Jack, you take
Me
anyone
when
who
Jack
anyone who
brings a
rolled
fly
above
swatter.
anyone who rolled above 15 take half. Anyone who rolled below, full.
Do I
Oh,
have to
I'm
take this check
down.
You're
too,
good.
or-
You're good, Wolf. You're good.
With half
I'm
advantage.
just sort of-
You're just being dragged along the river bottom
Yeah.
at this, or the
Yeah,
lake bottom. at
The,
this
the
point.
big,
Yeah, I'm
the
just,
big
like, trying to
maze
run.
walker gets out his giant fly swatter.
Are we going
As-
along with that rule of taking over half of your max?
You dead? Is your max HP 17?
My max hit points is 30, so if I take the 17, it's technically 2 hit points over my
No.
half of my
It's
max.
over your-
It has to be double your max HP for it to be an instant death.
Okay.
If that's what you're
I thought
wondering.
it was half. I gotcha.
No, it's double. It's double. Luckily.
What the hell is half of
Above
17?
your max HP plus your current HP.
Gareth, shut up. I'm not talking about
Half
that.
of your max plus your current.
I
no,
have.
if for instantly getting killed, it's your max HP plus your
Yeah,
current
yeah,
HP.
yeah.
I was just about to say, if it's half, do you have any idea how many times probably we would have died this campaign if that was the case?
True. I'm just making sure.
Regardless, yeah, Cinder falls unconscious. Jack, make a. I'll let you do this with sleight of hand or dexterity of your choice
Okay.
to try and catch the falling fairy.
I think I got expertise on both of them, and I don't think I have an auto advantage on either.
Mm-hmm.
Unless the arms of Ubteo do anything for the sleight of hand, which I don't.
Now, I
think they
will
do.
say, if you wanted with the arms of Ubteo, I would say that you'd be able to make a platform, and that would make any check you make with advantage. I would just say sleight of hand with advantage
Sleight of hand with advantage. All right, I will.
if you use the arms to make a platform.
I
And
would
then
like-
I'll say, yeah, you can make a slightly sloped platform that will direct Cinder to fall towards you.
pancake cinder on her. There, wait.
Good.
How tall is Cinder again? Just out of curiosity.
2
Very.
feet.
Don't worry,
Two-
Cinder.
exactly,
I'll save you.
good to know.
Cinder falls gently onto a series of platforms that you create. That
Also, now I'm just
roll
rolling around the
Cinder
stairs.
towards. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, that's pretty exactly what's happening. As to put it all into perspective, this maze walker's posture corrects as it lifts up straight out of the water. Its staff pushed away from its chest, slamming into the side of your boat, but just barely managing to be avoided from any serious damage. Water almost completely filling your row. Cinder, unfortunately, not as lucky as a tree swats them from the sky. Multiple platforms, a series of them in quick succession, floating earthen remains will capture and drop Cinder safely into the boat. As you, Jack, begin to shovel water out, continuing to push the row forward. The rest of you on shore just watching as the lights in this statue's eyes glow a bright, vibrant green.
Damn it,
Like a
Jack, you almost made me
spotlight
choke on
staring
chip.
towards you. Anyone that it looks at is completely illuminated. Thank you, Jack.
Jack, you motherfucker, you almost made me choke on my damn chips, you piece of shit. Damn it, that was funny. Fuck.
You managed to get back to shore safely. The entirety of your group putting in all the effort collectively to pull Wolf out of the water, pulling him just barely. He's intact, but so far exhausted and just barely on the brink.
I'm just gently trying to crawl out while fucking getting dragged. I'm just sitting there the whole time going, fuck, shit, fuck, damn it, I did not think this through.
As you look down, Wolf, at the ground, water dripping off of you, forming a small puddle in the stonework that drips and slips into the cracks, eventually rolling back into the lake. You see a massive spotlight right on top of yourself. The source of the light behind you.
I'm gonna turn around and look up, just kind of holding on to like the side of the basin, trying to get up, you know. Okay.
Statue now standing, pardon my use of French, erect, looking straight ahead towards your group. Towards Wolf. Its staff at its side, held steady.
I'm gonna look at all the other statues and artists and everything, and I'm just gonna shout like, "What? What now?"
Start looking over to them. They begin to take a knee and bow momentarily. Artist says, "Do you want me to be honest with you?"
Yeah.
We don't know.
Thank you. That's very helpful.
Try beseeching it for help. Guidance.
Is there a like highly raised platform near, or like a tall place like I can stand up on?
If Jack wants to assist you, there will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jack, you reach the gauntlet out towards the stonework beneath Wolf, and man-made stone bricks, just a pillar of them, rise, lifting Wolf slowly. Dirt kind of cascading, dirt and water cascading off of it.
How high up do I need to lift him? Because I can only do 10 feet tall, I think.
You only do 10 feet. Doesn't need to be incredibly high. The light just following Wolf like a laser focus the entire time, silently staring towards you.
I'm
but
gonna
silence.
I'm gonna kind of stand proud, although haggard, you know, 1 HP and all that. And I'll just kind of slump down to one knee, and then I'll slump down on both knees, you know, and just kind of sit there and just look. And through like raspy breath, I'll just say, "Well, I'm here. What now?"
It leans in just slightly towards you. Hyper-focused, examining you, waiting for you to give it an answer. That much you feel. I will say, overall, being what you are, this thing existing near you is such an oppressive presence that you aren't sure how to feel. Nervousness, something you've never felt in this much of an extreme before, encoiling your entire conscious.
I'm kind of actually gonna do like a little bit of a laugh, kind of like a scared, nervous almost psychotic kind of laugh a little bit.
I
And
have a quick question. Sorry.
Yes.
Would the gloves have anything to say about this?
Not yet.
Okay.
They will not speak in reverence.
I'm gonna look back towards it. I'm just kind of gonna chuckle a bit, and I'm going to say, ever since I woke up, I've had this purpose to try to fix everything that's broken. I've gotten everyone here that I needed to gather just to see you, and I have no idea what to do next.
Are you on one
And
knee or standing tall, proud?
no, I'm on both my knees, just kind of laughing a bit, but then I'm going to look back down towards everyone, and then I'm going to push myself back up, like roughly back up on my feet, and I'm going to stare back at him kind of like with both a level of respect but also pride in myself. And I'm going to say, but I'm not here for me. I'm here for the good of everyone else. So I'll do whatever I need to do to make it happen. So please, help me.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Uh,
You aren't sure whether or not this figure heeds what you say. However, you watch the water begin to splash and cascade once more, like lifting a curtain off of an object. As you see a massive stone hand rise up out of the water, pointing towards you. As it does, you watch the eyes' light begin to grow dimmer, a comfortable stare. Those of you who aren't sentinels can look at it now in the eyes without this oppressive brightness averting your gaze. However, the sentinels still feels too much pressure to look towards it. As it does, it looks away from you and it looks towards its hand. As you watch a family of birds land onto it, it turning its hand over as the family comes near, the birds landing in the palm, and it holding them close to its face. The eyes now very dim, just looking at the creatures. Vibrant, colorful parrots. Examining them as its head turns. You aren't sure if it's even paying attention to you anymore. As you see, all sorts of animals from nearby that didn't even exist before just swarming around this area now. Frogs leaping onto stable parts and cracks in its body. Plant life springing up around, flowers blooming rapidly. Apes collecting in groups.
I'm hiding my hair care kit.
I don't really know if it's even you that's in there or something else.
Looked back towards you. The birds fly away from its hand. Drops back down into the water and they fly towards you.
I'm going to hold out my own hand and kind of just kind of like a similar motion to what it did, and just look back up at him, and I'm gonna let my expression, if it at all seemed weirdly strong or aggressive, just kind of soften a little bit.
Birds will land on your hand, all up your arm. One of them will peck you a few times before jumping up the length of your arm, up to your shoulder. And you hear a voice whispered into your ear. Do not shout. You'll disturb the jungle's peace. Do not stir, for the land rests. What is your wish? The statue just continues to look towards you. The bird flies away. Back towards the statue.
I will look back up towards him, and then in a soft voice, I will say, take me to him. Please.
It looks over all of you, taking time to examine everything at this point. What are the rest of you doing as this goes on? Cinder was unconscious. Did anyone tend to that immediately?
Yeah.
I did.
Hi.
Jack
No,
stabilized
she's
Cinder.
just floating in the water.
Yeah, so Cinder,
No,
Cinder's just
consider it dealt with. I wasn't here. That bat, you're fine.
Just face down in the water.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing at this time?
Fucking.
As it looks towards you, what does it see?
There.
I brushed with death. I think I'm just vibing right now. So, I'm tired of going down.
Collecting yourself in calm.
After stopping Cinder from drowning, just watching, waiting.
Jack? Jack?
Hmm? Yeah.
What are you doing as the statue looks towards you? Everyone else answered. You want to be part of the cool kids, huh?
Huh? What's gonna be, huh?
Look, I'm just trying not to giggle my ass off, like, while you're getting all this in-depth shit.
What are you doing?
I don't know, helping Cinder.
Helping me what?
I don't fucking know.
You're just chilling.
Tending to each other's wounds the best you can. Dragging your
Probably
raft on shore.
checking the canoe.
Of course. It looks around and it sees injury and strife on you all. It looks below you, Wolf, towards the pillar of earth. You watch it descend, bringing you to the ground slowly. The statue's lips part, and you hear in a loud, booming voice, rest. And you all fall asleep. It is undeniable for sentinels. I'll say if you want to make a save, you may.
No.
If you're not a sentinel. If you're not a sentinel.
I do want to make a save.
Alright, then in that case, make me a... Let me check a spell real quick.
God has asked you to take NyQuil.
My God.
He doesn't care if you don't accept. You're gonna.
Checking the save and the... Okay. Make a fucking, I don't know, charisma. Or...
Is this to resist
Nah,
something?
sorry. Yeah, charisma. Charisma will work. This is to resist sleeping, yes. Though I will say, any racial resistances that you might have will not allow you to overcome this to any capacity.
You fucker, I was just about... I was 2
Oh, I
seconds...
know.
What?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Elves have that advantage on those, so...
Saving? Yeah.
Yes. This is a command from a... Yeah. This is a command from a powerful creature.
The one chance I had to use that
Am I
feature.
needing to do
The
this
one.
as well? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Only if you want
Everyone
to.
does. Well, if you want to accept the sleep, you may, but you also may make a save if you want to resist.
I have nearly died twice today. I think I'm just gonna go the fuck to sleep.
You're just like, you know what? Nap sounds good right now.
Yeah.
You just hear it. I ain't gonna argue.
Jack. Actually, make a save for someone else.
Oh.
Byron.
No.
Oh boy.
Wait, someone else?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
they go night-night.
Jack, you look all
Am I
around
the
you.
only one?
Yeah.
All of your compatriots fall asleep. Everyone in this area is completely slumbering. You hear loud thuds off in the distance. Assuming only that anything that might have been alive in the city is now resting. You
Just
see
look around.
animals flying to nearby nooks and crannies and finding places to sleep as well. Everything has obeyed the maze walker's
I guess
request.
I'm taking first watch.
Statue just stares towards you.
I can't leave them defenseless. Just gonna kind of shrug my shoulders at the statue.
It just examines you the entire time you're awake. Very carefully watching you. Not speaking any further. You are
You
watching
watch
all
all of
around
us,
you.
Jack.
Jack, you see all of your compatriots who are currently resting, their wounds are being magically recovered.
How much recovered?
You're all taking full health, long rest, no hit dice needed. You're all in tip-top shape.
Thank God.
I'm still gonna watch over them.
Yep. Jack, you as well will feel the healing, I'll say. You won't get any long rest recharges because you're not resting, however, you will get healed. As you watch over them, the statue will also be doing so.
So full heal?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, if I take a long rest, then I think my dagger and my arms recharge.
Yep.
Crap. Oh well. I rolled good and I'm sticking with it.
Oh, yeah. Nothing even dares to attack your group while you slumber. Nothing would dare. But eventually, everyone awakens. The sun just rising over the distance, kind of putting a backdrop of light over this statue. You just seeing like a light radiating from behind it, around it, illuminating its outline. As all of you stir to consciousness. Statue still watching over all of you.
Okay.
Jack,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the party stirs you. Unfortunately for you, see a monkey.
No.
It hobbles up towards you, and it points to your raft,
Mm.
and it points to the statue.
What do you want? All of us or just me?
It jumps into the raft, starts slamming the floor.
Hey, get away from that. Shoo.
I think he wants us to go to the thing in the wrap.
Would the gloves have anything to say now?
As long as they are near this statue, I will warn you, or I'll give you the spoiler alert now that they will not.
Okay.
They're just
They're
like,
not normally
still
quippy.
function.
This is not their time.
they're just like, Dad is speaking right now. I'm going to shut
Oh
up.
no, this is an Ubteo. That's what makes this even better.
Oh,
Guess I'm getting on the raft with the monkey.
You get on the raft, and the monkey just will go to the front of the boat and just start pointing out toward the water.
Is anyone up enough to go with me? Fucking nope.
Everyone's awake. You don't need
This
to
is
utilize it.
amusing to me.
Is anyone else coming, or am I just going alone here?
I don't exactly think I'm gonna fit in that.
Monkey tugs your clothes, Jack.
All right, I'm on my way.
I'm on my way.
You begin to
Just
row the
start
boat.
paddling.
Yeah, you paddle out, the statue remaining still and calm as not to hit you once more. Eventually, you arrive at the statue's base, looking down towards you. The monkey jumps off of your boat, ignoring you at this point, and climbs up the statue, grappling on vines and trees towards the statue's face and mouth.
Monkey.
Statue reaches
Monkey.
down, and you watch the monkey jump onto the hand as it lifts back up and goes to its face. The hand lowers, and the monkey jumps off back onto your raft. Stares at you expectantly.
Alright, I
Just
guess
looking
play a
towards you
messenger
with
boy. I'll get back on the boat and paddle us across.
You paddle back
Send a
across.
Kind of grumbling along the way. Send a freaking bird the first time.
As you say that,
And then a
monkey-
T-Rex comes out of the fucking jungle.
the monkey will respond. The early bird rests. That is all. It continues.
I'm just gonna
Still waiting.
ignore that and keep paddling.
You keep going across. As you get to shore again, monkey jumps off your boat. Runs up to you, Wolf, waiting for you to wake up fully.
I'll look down towards the monkey and just be like, oh, hello.
Speak to me now, recovered and well. What is your wish? Perhaps we can make it so.
I'm a little confused, nerd. Do I answer that to the monkey or to the statue?
That's
Yes.
your character's confusion to sort through.
Fuck.
I swear to God, if I gotta paddle back across.
All right, I'll
Just look towards you, though.
I'll stand back up and look up, and I'll see. I want this island to be saved. And to do that, I need to see him. Please, somehow, some way, let me talk to Ubteo. Let me see my true father.
Looks around to the other sentinels, stirring awake. First sentinel of... Well, what was it again? Yeah, Perception will speak up and say, "It is true. The island slumbers, but it needs to be awoken. Great dangers lurk, and we wish to make things right. Help us." And the Falcon... There is no greater warrior who can save us on this day of threat than the Father himself. Sentinel bravery, silent, still, not choosing to speak. And Grace saying, "We have to bring back what was lost. We can't let everything be for naught." Sentinel looks towards you, Wolf. The lights glowing again momentarily. And then growing excessively bright.
Oh boy.
You having to avert your gaze once more. Not looking completely towards the eyes in the first place, but the light moves away from you as the statue looks in a different direction. You follow its gaze. It looks towards the central courthouse. The largest, most domineering temple-like building and structure in this entire city. And it points. You watch it go to the end of its staff. As its hand pulls back and its eyes dim. It pulls a tree off the top of its staff, the roots just snapping off with absolute ease. As it pulls the tree off, it leans towards you, being able to stretch the entirety of the way of across this pond. its hand outstretched, the tree in its palm. You watch it start to shrink as it's right in front of you, Wolf, until it's not but a flower. A vibrant and beautiful flower, but only a flower.
I will reach out and gently grasp it.
He's an iron golem.
Firmly grasp.
it.
Thank you. Oh my god.
The flower crumbles now. You take it calmly, gently. Make a
Strength.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah, yes, it's in the shape of a flower, but it weighs about as a tree.
You feel that necrotic resignation from before. Trying to kill. Wanting to kill. But you hold it back, and you move to the flower to your safer hand, where it remains.
I will look back up and I will give a nod towards the maze walker.
It nods back at you before looking towards the monkey. The monkey looks towards you. It would be wise if all covered their ears.
Is he saying
you
that to
hear
me,
this?
or did he say that for everybody
All
to
of
hear?
you.
Well,
Well,
I'll.
I'm not one
the
to
ears.
disagree
I ain't
with a
risking this
monkey.
shit.
Are you all doing so? If there's a no, say it now.
I was gonna say I'm not taking my chances. I went down twice yesterday. I've
I
covered
would
my
never
fucking
argue with a
ears.
monkey.
Mhm.
I never argue with
Those things can rip your face off.
As you all cover your ears, the statue looks out towards the city, where echoing marches and stomps, indicators of giant presence still slightly lingering, though scattered and unsure, all throughout the city. You hear a booming voice once more, though muffled. Leave. And in a moment, the rumbles are growing dimmer and dimmer, as not even the hardiest of soldier can disobey. At least not in the city. And you all uncover your ears, as the city is now free of giants. And you,
Well,
Wolf,
You
have
attack giants.
a spark. A fragment of a god that you may use to potentially, with this statue's blessing, speak to a god.
Eat it.
Become God.
Oh, no! Num num num.
I am Ubteo now. but I will hold it tightly, but also gently, as to not damage it, and
You're careful with it.
I will turn and begin walking towards the city, just in silence, stopping for a moment and looking back at everybody, and then just kind of nodding to like follow along.
The other sentinels will carefully follow along.
And I'll just make my way towards the courthouse that I was shown.
Everyone just quietly follows you. Your party members being maybe an exception, but you all head along. Alrighty. Is there any conversation to be had while you move? Or is it complete silent reverence as you walk along? I'll say I'm going to turn off the jungle ambience, because all animal life in this city is now completely quiet and still. This entire city has fallen silent in
Ooh.
obedience.
Everything is either asleep or evicted.
We're very, very afraid.
No? Is there any conversation to be had?
Stone silence from me.
Alright.
Nothing that I can think of.
Feels weird asking this question because Viren is not here.
Mhm.
But does Viren still possess the pauldrons?
Yes.
You see, I want to ask for them, but I don't think any of us can make that decision for him.
He can't make that decision
He
for him.
He is online.
Direct message time.
You can PM him if you want, though I feel it would be safe to say the answer is quite possibly no.
Then I will keep it in the back of my mind and let Uteo decide if that's important. It
And that'll be
probably pretty.
decided for the next session he's here.
Yeah.
Because we'll be cutting back to this conversation for him.
I will turn and at the top of the stairs before I go into the courthouse.
So it's like long bridges. Sorry to interrupt you. It's long bridges over a lake, branching out from different corners of the city that all lead to this courthouse. Some damaged, some in repair. The one you're walking is damaged or was damaged, but it seems that vines and foliage have wrapped and formed a repaired bridge for you to walk across.
I'll turn and look to just my group, and I'm going to just kind of say, you know, I don't really know what's going to happen next, but thanks for believing in me, I guess.
Sentinels will nod, the falcon-headed one saying, "It was tough, but clearly not belief that was misplaced."
No.
The eagle-headed saying, "That much is correct."
You were right to be wary of me. I don't blame you for feeling the way you felt, especially with the past that we've probably shared.
And the perception says, "The Father teaches us we must move on. The past is the past. Let us let it die."
No. Not die. But learn from it. The past is not who we are. We can always change. I must change. And I'm just going to... I'm just going to be quiet and look towards everyone. I'll let Ari say what he's going to say.
He nods towards you after he says that, and he says, "In this maze we walk, it is important to remember your past. For one day, once you reach the center, you will need to walk out again. And on that day, it'll be wise you remember the way you came in." All the other sentinels agree. Their own way.
I'm going to stay silent and then just keep walking.
You all walk into the temple. As you step in, Artist will step in front of you and say, "I have a feeling I know where we're to go. Follow me, if you would."
I'll just give a nod and follow him.
This building is half submerged. Like, I don't know a good example, but I don't know a good example.
Just picture a building half submerged.
Yeah, like if the Leaning Tower of Pisa was, if you could go inside of it and walk around, and it was just completely sunk in water. This tilted, damaged building, furniture upheaved and tossed around, scrapes and scruffs all over the walls. This is a tricky location to navigate, with a lot of places your group having to dive underwater and swim to even get anywhere in the first place. But eventually you find yourself in a chamber. A familiar one. The one in which your group previously faced off against the Baron. When the Archfey took over him. The warm
dragon?
summer breeze is still lingering in this room, strangely.
So wait, what is that? The dragon?
No, this is not the dragon. I don't know what dragon you're referring to.
It's
In
where
mine.
this is where we fought artists while you guys were fighting the Jinn thing in the
Yes.
other temple.
This is their boss arena. You see at the end a massive pew where Artis once stood. Artis says, pointing towards a large cauldron. Perhaps placing it in there could be wise. I'm not sure.
Worth a shot.
Try a few things out. One of them might be right.
I'm
So,
going. Oh, yeah. What were you
yeah.
gonna say, Michelle?
Speaking up for the first time during this whole ordeal, Lucian just, the stage has been set for you. It's on you now.
And I didn't even rehearse my lines. Just trying to give like a hearty joke before the kind of break the tension a bit.
No
Attempting
rehearsal is needed when it comes from the heart.
You step forward.
I
Sorry.
want to step forward and look towards the altar and around it a bit.
Alright. I don't want to interrupt you if you were about to say something to your group.
No, you're good.
Alright then. Step forward and look around the altar. You see multiple bits of cracked stone that would lead to ground underneath. Although the building is submerged, this room is strangely not flooded. Though you imagine it should be. And there is dirt beneath the floor. And a massive cauldron, as Artis spoke of.
I would like to look inside said cauldron.
Just an empty stone basin. Not cracked, strangely well preserved. You imagine old ritual salts and essences were placed in here before long ago.
I'm gonna look back towards everyone else and I'll say, if anybody has any other suggestions, now would be the time.
Hold on.
Okay, well, ironic time to say that considering that message I sent you, but...
What? Kumquat?
Don't worry, I just... reminders about things, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Grace
So-
will speak up and say, why don't you plant it?
Is there dirt right in front of the cauldron?
No, not in the cauldron itself. On the ground, sure.
Yeah.
In cracks. But not in the cauldron. The cauldron is a complete quiet basin. You want? You
Well,
just mean like directly on the ground in front of it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Perfectly, yes. That's what I
Then-
meant to say.
Then I will nod towards Grace, and then I will get down and dig a small little hole, and then place the flower in it before, packing it in and making it look nice.
Partially move the stone, and just slipping through one of the cracks, you place the flower in, and then you back away. The stone begins to crack and churn as you begin to watch the flower grow, forming a tree. As it does, branches form and bellow out into every direction through this temple, providing a strange natural canopy as vines are growing all around you, holding together what bits of broken stone might have been struggling to keep themselves together. Now, glued by nature, with a warm summer breeze and light glowing through
What
this
by nature?
room. Glued by nature. held in place. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And on the wall, at the end of this chamber, in the stone, you see an oval parting, like looking into a mirror that the vines have left in. And you begin to watch lines get carved onto the stone out of thin air. Will you be simply witnessing? Will you be doing saying anything in the meantime? Process will take a while. Being 10 minutes.
I'm gonna look towards Artis and Grace, and I'm just gonna say, maybe we should write this down.
Artis says, I have a strange feeling we will not be doing this again, but I don't know. Grace will just say, I have to remember the whole thing. I've been keeping tabs.
Okay.
This is an exciting experiment. Experience, rather. All the sentinels just look towards.
I want to look towards the eagle-headed statue.
She looks towards you.
And I'm going to say, may I speak with you for a moment?
Unfortunately, we can't afford any privacy if that was your idea, but sure. Yeah, it looks like we got some time.
I'm just going to walk off to the side, and then I'm going to basically show her my hand.
Looks down at it. Closes your hand. After. Meet with me after.
I know. I just figured that if anyone should know, it should be you. In case something goes wrong.
Looking at you with a serious as ever stare. She'll just say, thank you for this trust. You have a job to do. Don't let this distract you.
You're right. I'm gonna walk back towards everyone else, and I'm gonna look at Cinder for a moment.
Yes.
How you holding up?
In regards to what? Journey as a whole?
You got smacked pretty hard out there, but I mean, just how are you feeling?
I'm okay. I mean, I got smacked out on the water and I got smacked by a giant, so I mean, I've gotten smacked twice in one day.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that you're alright, is all.
I am okay. How about you, actually?
Truth be told, I have absolutely no idea. But it's not time to worry about that.
I feel like it's always time to worry about yourself in some regard, but you know, you do you, I guess. Ed Pet.
You're the one who always showed the most care for me.
Yeah. You're my friend. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for being my friend too.
I'm going to reach into my bag and I'm gonna say nerd.
Yeah.
In the meantimes, whenever we've been like in between things, I've been working on making the table a little bit more collapsible.
It was already a pretty damn collapsible table, so...
Oh, I'll show you a collapsible table.
And I'm going to hand the small folded up table to Cinder, and I'm going to say, there's something in here, but I don't want you to look at it until all of this is over.
Okay.
Pretty big table for you, Cinder.
Yeah, it's basically like a fucking shield on my back.
This is like, yeah, I mean, what is more like a tea set?
Yeah.
Well,
the moment's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to look towards Lucian. And I'm going to say, and how about you? Everything feeling okay? You've been a little different ever since we dealt with that problem with Artis.
I could not be any better than I am right now.
Good. You know, truth be told, when I first met you on our little adventure, I wasn't so certain that you would turn out to be as well as you did. I'm glad I was wrong.
I'm glad that throughout all this I could prove my competence.
You're more than competent. If anything, there's no one I would trust to advise me more. You've been a very good friend and a very capable, well, everything. You're knowledgeable and you can hold your own. I'm glad that we met.
Me too.
And then finally I will look over at Jack. And just kind of pat him on the back real hard, you know? I don't know if Jack's here or not.
Gareth?
Yep. Sorry, what's up?
Yep. I'm gonna look over at Jack and just kind of pat him on the back. And how are you doing, man?
Well, I'm looking to get a nice boat here soon. Doing alright.
Yeah. You know, I didn't really exactly say it very much, but I always appreciated your optimism. You may not know it, but you've helped me out through some dark times on this adventure when I felt like nobody else could. And I know that you don't exactly play the serious type all the time, but I know when the moment really comes down to it, you're there for us when we need you, and I respect you for that. I don't really think
Well,
there's a...
honestly, if you look at life too seriously, then everything is serious. You got to
Yeah.
have some fun with it.
Well, I'm glad that I had you around to teach me that lesson. Without you, I don't think I would have had as much fun on this adventure. And you know what? I'm hoping one day that when you're sailing the high seas as a legendary pirate, raise one for me, okay?
Oh, you'll be always welcome on my boat.
If I don't break it.
We'll add a bit of extra ballast for you.
I'll sail with you anytime, man. And try not to... I'm just going to point at the glove. I'm just going to say, try not to get too wrapped up in that. I don't know what that's about, but...
Sure, honestly, I have no fucking idea either.
Oh, just adds more to
Jack.
the mystery of Captain Jack, huh? I... robot.
Techno.
I'm still wigging out.
Quick, somebody lay down a sick accompanying beat.
I'm not gonna lie, Jack. I almost said to add more to the legend of Captain Jack Sparrow.
I've been waiting for it.
No, it's oh my god.
It's
Jack Sparrow.
Captain fucking Jack narrowly avoided his death. This was the time you narrowly got.
Nerd, you good? I think he's fixing his mic.
Where the hell do we level up?
He's gone.
There he go.
He went to the game.
Hello?
There we go.
Oh.
My apologies. I don't know why my internet's been as it has been recently. It's been crappy. I need to figure it out.
He got kicked out of an Overwatch match right before session, and he's still mad about it.
What? That was because my power shut off. Thank you very fucking much. That was only because I turned on a microwave. Breaker flip.
I guess I'll the last person I'll talk to is Artis. Oh. Oh, nerd.
Oh yeah.
I think that was a curse word. I think he said, "Damn it."
God damn it!
Am I gonna have to call him? Hey, yo, no, that's what I'll do. I'll fucking call him and I'll just put it on loudspeaker.
Oh Jesus.
I
you
hate the internet.
There you go.
My
Hey,
my
now I
chat
hear ya.
says Wolf. My chat says you are Gus. I don't know who
I'm
Gus
what?
is. I don't know.
I don't know who. Gus or
He's-
Guts?
Gus.
Oh, and I have no idea who fucking Gus is, but Gus must be a real one.
Okay.
Thank you. Nope, you're fucking up.
Gus from Berserk.
Oh,
Yeah, there's supposed to be a T in there.
Gust.
No,
No,
Guts.
God.
no.
Oh, Guts
Yeah.
from Berserk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, honestly, that's a high honor. Thank
Nerd
you.
is in pain right now.
Yes, he is. Holy Nerd, I think you just need to restart your
Optimus
Discord.
fucking dies.
I think
Hey,
you.
It won't help. I've tried. It won't help.
There you go.
There's no salvation.
We hear you.
And this
we
will
hear
be
you.
the Christmas
Scream it
we'll
out,
hear
you
him.
just had
I'm
to
running an
scream it out.
internet speed test. Hopefully my, I don't know. Maybe my fucking.
We can hear you. We can hear you. No,
No, no, no, no. Maybe.
No, there it is. We can hear you go.
Maybe
talk.
my ISP will see me running a speed test and purposely give me good internet.
There you go.
Come on.
We're
It's
talking.
working.
We can hear you talking right now. Okay, let's get through this. Let's just get through this. I want to
As you're
talk to
speaking to
artists.
artists, as you're speaking, I can hear you all the time. By the way, even if you can't hear me, perfectly fine. I hear everything you say.
Yeah.
Good.
But as you're speaking to artists, the glove is going to be whispering sweet nothings into Jack's ear as a point of note. Continue, Wolf.
Okay.
I'll get to
I'm-
you, Jack.
I'm gonna talk to artists, and I'm going to kind of reach my hand out as like a handshake, as like an offering.
Artist reaches his hand as well to shake your own.
I'm gonna say, you know what? I misjudged you. In all honesty, you really are a good man. You just went down a dark place.
Can't say I'm surprised you were judging me in the first place. I'm glad that you, at least now, think well of me.
I mean, we all make mistakes. Who am I to judge a broken man with good intentions? You only did what you did because you cared. Even if it was psychotic.
I'm still lagging, aren't I?
A
No.
little bit, but we can.
He says, no, this was the right way to do it. And if this goes well, you might be able to see Alessandra once more. I can only hope.
I
But
pray that you do.
regardless, I'm glad I met all of you. You've given me a lot to consider, a lot to think about. We'll talk more after all this is done, yes?
I'd like that.
I believe there'll be conversations all around the board, so you can save me for last if you wish.
We'll see how the day goes.
Let's.
I'm going to. I don't really have anything else to say, so I guess I'm just going to turn back and watch the carvings on the mirror.
You watch the carvings on the stone wall. And Jack, you hear a voice whisper into your mind pretty shortly after you guys dissed the the gloves. It speaks out to you, Jack, and it says, "Place me to the wall."
Can I reply to this thing telepathically or no?
Yeah.
Right. Just out of curiosity, why would you want me to do that?
It is your chance to fulfill a small part of your purpose. At least to help me fulfill mine.
Yeah, fuck it, that's the worst that can happen.
You see,
Your room
I don't really think that.
explodes.
I don't really think right now is the best time to be asking that, Jack.
What's the
So you'll
worst
do-
that can happen?
Will you do as it commands? Or it requests?
Yeah.
You walk up to the wall. You place the gauntleted hand flat on the wall. And as you do, you watch the stone begin to glow momentarily a bright green, as you saw in the previous statue's eyes. As you do, you feel part of yourself waning, Jack. Gain a point of exhaustion.
Oh, there I go.
You're being borrowed. And,
Exhaustion, you said?
yep. And then the glowing stops. You pull your hand away by instinct, just slightly, before pulling it back completely. And you see a carving of a man in the wall. A human. Human form. The form you know to be Ubteo. Tall, proud, looking down, crown atop his head, cape on his back. Eyes currently shut, with a mask on his face, covering all but his mouth and chin.
Just gonna kind of look down at the glove. Hey, what did you do? You graffitied the place.
We awoke it. We awoke him.
Is that a good thing?
You see the carving on the wall begin to move
Oh!
as the eyes open,
Wolf!
I see it.
looking towards you all.
I'll step away.
Standing still in its form, and immediately being silent. You did not call me here without purpose. Speak for the short time you have.
I'm gonna walk up to him and just kind of kneel down.
Looking down towards you. What is it, Sentinel, that you would kneel to I? An unnecessary jester.
If it's any consolation, I'm just happy to see you. It's nice. But we did not call you here for pleasantries. I will not be gentle about what I'm about to say. This home, your home, our home, is in danger. More so now than it.
I know.
More so now than it has ever been.
Even in the short time I'm here, this entire island is my body. And it is myself. I feel its pain echoing throughout. Pain far greater than I felt when I first left it. Severed myself from it. You've awoken various parts of myself.
Yes.
What for?
Because only you can set us on the right path to fix this place. To free it from its corruption, its evil. That is why I am here. I want you to come back. I want our home to come back. It is needed now more than ever. You are needed now more than ever.
We are besieged on all ends. As I'm sure you would have me simply wave my hand and have the problem solved. Cleansing this island is a task you must uptake. My condition is weakened, and I feel as if soon destiny will envelop itself around me. Looking towards Vyron at this point. A day like no other is coming. We must all be prepared.
Tell me what I must do.
Purge the body. Cleanse the soul. Make this island whole once more. That is my decree.
It will be done, Father.
As I would expect. Eyes just looking past you towards everyone. Have you any other requests? Or messages?
Did any of the other sentinels speak up?
No. They'll speak on their own in time, but I'm not going to narrate it because it's more just general hellos and stuff. Similar to what you've done, basically. It would all be the same thing, practically. They're all in the same boat as you right now.
I'm gonna look back up towards him, and I'm going to say, can he be saved?
Looks towards you again. Only he can answer that. Something he has known longer than any of you have walked. Something he knew before he even acted. The question is, will he?
I suppose we will find out when I meet him.
Perhaps 2,000 years has given him time to think.
Where... I know this is probably I'm trying to think of the word. This is probably overstepping, but where is our home?
It is safe, as it always has been, secluded and separated from my body.
Good.
As it will remain until I deem otherwise.
I'll do you proud.
I expect it.
I don't know if it was by your will that I began this quest, but by your will I will end it. I will see it through.
By my will you were all created. By your will, my will is enacted. Go.
I'll give a gentle nod, and I will turn around and just kind of look at everybody else. Will you
The
all
others-
still follow me?
The other sentinels say.
Hmm.
Sorry, you're asking your party.
Well, I'm asking everybody.
Everybody.
I'll let you start with the party then.
We've followed you this far. I don't see why we would turn away now.
just making sure.
Ording to be.
This is probably going to be the most dangerous, probably most death-ridden place that we'll ever go together. I cannot guarantee we'll all make it back. I would not blame you if any of you wanted to bow out. You've done more than enough for me and for my home already.
You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that to scare me off.
I know what my purpose is.
Alright. And how about the rest of you? I know that some part of you all probably still looks at me with disdain, but I would ask that you follow me one last time.
Question is, how are we gonna find a good bard to sing about this?
That question was aimed towards the Sentinels.
Say that again.
My question was, I know that all of you look at me in the back of your minds with some disdain still, but would you still follow me one more time?
The rest of them look to each other. The eagle-headed speaks up. Our job on this island is not complete. You cannot be everywhere at once. However, as a family, we can make everything right. Do your task and we will do ours. Do not fail.
Consider it done. And I'll reach my hand out to him, my non-drawn on hand, and I'll just say with confidence, I'll say, thank you for trusting me, brother.
Who?
What?
Who are you reaching your hand out towards?
The Falcon, the guy who's
The eagle was the one who spoke.
the eagle. Oh, I
That's
thought
my
that was the Falcon.
confusion.
Yeah.
In either way, the eagle, the
Birds.
falcon works here because you know.
Yeah.
The falcon will shake your hand and say, "At this point, you've yet to prove me wrong. In trusting you, that is. Let's keep it that way."
I'll try. That's all any of us can ever do, really, right?
Of course. Meantime,
And I guess I'll
go on.
look back. Oh, sorry. I'll look back towards Ubteo and nod my head silently one last time, and I'll just say, I don't know if it was you, but thank you for giving me the chance to set things right, for allowing me to be something else.
From the very beginning, your path was always clear, and your choice always your own. Press on.
Okay, I got nothing else. Like I'm yeah.
You lost at the vault.
Heck yeah.
So
The
I guess I'll walk outside, just kind
You
of
turn around and begin heading out.
duply.
The rest of the sentinels and artists and Vern, because we need him to do this at some point, will stay behind and have their own conversation with Ubteo in private or whenever possible. And he'll remain until all conversation is done. In this blessed sanctum. You, Wolf, the rest of your party eventually manage to make it outside completely. The rest trickling out one by one, slowly but surely. And you all rest nearby,
I'm just
sitting
gonna,
down.
yeah, I'm just gonna sit. I'm just kind of gonna look back towards just the group, and I'm just gonna say, someday, huh?
It is always a day.
Things are getting rather eventful.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
how did it feel meeting a god?
Not my first time.
Well,
Fair enough.
good for you. I don't know. I think it was really cool.
I weirdly remember him being taller.
Manlet Ubtail, Manlet Ubtail.
Carving on a wall. I never
His entire
specified height.
island.
Oh yeah, he
He's
is
the-
literally the island. As a point of
Yeah.
note, I said the statue wasn't Ubteo earlier, but that's partially incorrect. Kind of just everything is.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
The
that
epic
it's a
prophet.
god. It's a god. No matter how big he is, you always expect him to be taller.
The epic prophesized battle between Ubteo and Dendar, two 2-inch primordials on the floor.
Like,
God.
Oh, okay. So my height.
he could be.
Just kidding. No, I'm
he-
not 2 inches. I'm 2 feet.
Like, no offense,
We can
nerd,
make you
but
2
unless,
inches. That can be arranged.
no offense, nerd, but unless he's lore accurate Aurelian soul sized, he's not tall enough.
Oh my
Okay,
God!
with or
Holds
with-
the entire planet.
Okay, with or without the balls?
Stop. Oh my
both.
god.
Without the balls, but with a fully
Just
charged
one.
max range pre-rework Q.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow. Regardless, there were a few conversations you wanted to have, Wolf. Who would you speak to first of the NPCs before you depart back towards the port?
Well, the eagle-headed statue, definitely.
Okay. Having a moment of privacy, she pulls you aside. She says, "Now that we have some time, before you're off, explain what happened. I saw this coming, but how did it arrive?" Voice come.
Down in the lake, I was attacked by some kind of vines that were halting the entrance to awakening the Great One. I was weakened and battered, and in my moment of darkness, I called out to anyone who would listen, and I was answered. And I think, well, I'll hold my hand out and I'll say, I think you can guess who answered.
I'm not surprised by the answerer. It is a shame that nature is so far broken and disturbed that it would fight back against its protectors. But that is besides the point. What did
Well.
you promise? What did it take?
I embraced what I am. All he wanted is to meet me again. Something that was already destined to happen. In that moment of darkness, I did have a realization.
What?
You were right about me before. I cannot escape what I am. I was made to kill. I was made to be something to be feared. Something that is, by all accounts, a monster. That is what I am. But
Not what you are.
no, I embrace this. The only difference being, I am my own. I'm not his monster. I will do what I need to do to protect my family and protect this island, this land, our home. And yes, that will involve me killing and being the thing that I was made to be, but I will not let that side of me, and I will not let him control what that means anymore.
Beware
does not-
going for. Oh, go on.
I was
Go on.
saying, I was saying, he does not control my fate anymore. I do. He does not control my rage anymore. I do. If my fate is to be something that kills, then I will kill for the right reasons. That is my
You-
choice.
A choice well made. But beware his ploys. He protects you for now. For a cause unknown. Do not let him take you for granted. Make him know what he lost. If anything, for me.
If he even still remotely cares, I will try. Whatever happens will happen.
Seeing as you're alive, I can only hope that he does.
He has a lot to answer for.
And much is certain. Will he answer in blood? Only you will be able to tell.
Well,
That's an answer for later.
in any case, I'm just kind of going to give a softer expression now and just kind of talk a little bit more cheery. I'm going to say, well, we'll save that for when it comes. For now, you want to take a walk?
Yes. Let us all walk and admire what natural remains return to this city. The Maze Walker, I asked, and it is a part of him, more so than some of the others. As long as it's here, life remains safe. This city, even though a ghost town, is now a sanctuary.
Then I guess we got everything that we needed so far.
All that's left is to make this island a sanctuary.
That's going to be the hard part.
Yes,
But hey, nothing we can't all accomplish, right? Family
course.
and all that.
We'll make it right. You go on a walk. Is there anything else to say, or would you want to move on to Artis?
Move on to Artis.
You meet with him. Private, he looks to you and says, "So, we were to meet. What was its purpose again?"
Well, you know what, nerd?
Hmm.
I can't remember. I just had a brain fart. Fuck.
Brain farts.
Damn it. Um. Oh shit. Hold on. Fuck.
Take a moment.
Was it to show him the hand thing too? No, I already did that with.
It was to talk about how lonely he is.
Right.
Was it?
Right. I believe it
Right.
was. I think it was to like.
Wait,
he
what the
wanted.
fuck? That
Yes.
wasn't a serious suggestion.
No. I think that you're kind of near the ballpark here. I think it was to
I
talk
just wanted you
about.
to make fun of the fact he hasn't seen his wife in 2,000 years.
I mean, I already roasted him when we fought him.
Man, Artist was in the line of fire for that fight. We weren't even fighting him. We're fighting a fag.
Yeah, and I ended up just shit talking the fuck out of him too the whole time.
What are you gonna say then, if anything?
I'll just look at him. I'll go, well, Was that everything you were hoping for?
It was the first thing in this journey that has made sense. So, yes.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't just have everything come back like you wanted.
I have a request, if
Yes,
you would respect it.
of course.
I remember. Artist wanted to pull you to the side to talk about something. Got it.
Right.
Alright. So it was my forgetfulness, sorry. He says, when this is all done, a few things are going to be made clear, but first, I need you, I want you, to help
Oh
me
my.
convince him to bring it back.
You mean our home?
Once the island is safe, I want to beseech him.
Well, I'll see what I can do. I can make no promise that it will happen, but I can make the promise that I'll try.
One way or another, I want to see Alessandra again before I leave. Because I do plan to leave. Once this is all done, looks to his hand, I have loose ends to wrap up. A son far up north. One who I hid to protect. And this infernal ring. Somehow I will get it off. Somehow I will make sure it is destroyed. And then I will return.
I would have a favor to ask of you as well when this is over.
Of course.
If we do get our home back and everything is right and they wonder what it all happened and how it came to be this way, I don't want you to mention me in the story. I want you to keep things that were about me as vague as possible.
You do not wish to be remembered as a hero.
I don't do it for being remembered. Frankly,
It,
I feel that it would be better if what happened here and what we've done stays between all of us in silence. The people, the people of Mesro would not look at me with reverence, no matter what story you told them. Whatever thankfulness that they would have in their hearts for what I've done would fade when they remember what I was made to be and who made me. And I would ask to keep it that way.
though I do not agree, a promise I will keep. However, history cannot be hidden forever. That much I know for certain. He reaches into a pouch at his waist. He pulls from it what looks like a strange blue harpsichord-like symbol. If any of your compatriots ever plan to meet with me again, or plan to leave this island in general, and head to the Sword's Coast, tell them to take this, and let them know they will always be safe, and will always have connections,
I will
whatever they're
take that
needed.
from him and put it in my pocket.
You have a symbol of the Harpers.
Um,
Every favor I've ever accounted for is all there.
Good
They're all
to know.
yours.
And the reason why I don't want to be remembered is because I do not want their judgment of me to be blinded by their thankfulness or their pride. I don't want people harboring hatred for me just because of what I was, but I don't want people blindly forgetting what I did either. A time will come eventually when they will learn the truth, on their own, whether it be through Ubteo telling them or someone else. And then they can judge me as I am, the bad deeds along with the good. If I'm going to be remembered, I want to be remembered for everything I've done, even the things I'm not proud of.
Let us hope that they will remember you well. For at the very least, you can count on them remembering you. That being a gift in its own. Immortality through word.
Yeah, perhaps.
And
But or at least I'll be a nice little bedtime story to tell children.
what will you do when this is done? You
I don't
clearly do
know.
not return to the city.
I do not know. For the first time in my life, ever since I've woke up, I have clarity. I feel as if the path forward for me is not one that's set, but one that I get to make on my own. Perhaps I will leave Schult. Go somewhere new. Or perhaps I will stay and protect this place in the dark when nobody else knows. I guess it will really just depend on how all of this plays out. I have doubts that really this jungle will have need of something like me after all of this is done.
Regardless, I will never forget of you. There is one
That,
last thing I wish to give you all.
yes.
If you would take another gift from me.
I know that the gifts you give are given with intention and with heart, so yes.
Collect all of your comrades. Please.
I'll kind of go back over and just say, hey, guys, I need you for a minute.
Okie
I love how we both unmuted just waiting to see you talk first.
dokie.
So yeah, I'll collect all of you and just walk back over.
Ernst looks to you all and says, with the gods returning to the island, I have found my old capabilities, at least in this city, through the Maze Walker's gift restored. And with those capabilities, I want to grant you a blessing, a boon, whatever you wish to call it. A gift from Ubteo, gifted by myself, with what power was invested in me, if you would be willing to accept it.
Yeah,
Well, I see no reason to turn it down.
I will get down on one knee again, just out of respect.
Though souls are captured and trapped, like a fly in a spider's web, I have no doubt in my heart that you will make that right. And once you do, I want to make sure all of you see this journey's end. 2 of you, I will grant the ability to bring back the dead. Something you will only be able to do once this is made right. Something to preserve you. I will let you all choose who.
Not Byron, not Byron.
He's not here. Anyway.
I'll go down too quickly. The only
You
thing
go
I could
down
think.
too quickly. You have
The
evasive
only thing
maneuvers, bitch. I don't
I was
got
gonna
shit.
say, you're quick.
I think
I
Lucian definitely gets one.
I think between the four of us, the answers are quite clear.
Looks to you all. Who will it be?
Is it me and Lucian? Is that what we're going with here?
The answer isn't quite clear.
I'm just making sure. I want to be inclusive and not just
Me
put us
too.
people out.
Who's it gonna be?
Is it me and Lucian? Is that what we're all agreeing on the
Any
consensus here?
opposed?
I'm not opposed. I think I go down insanely a lot, enough to where
see,
it
the
would be
answer
wasted
being
on me.
The answer being quite clear only applied to me. I didn't care who the second person was.
Alright, well.
I can already
Artist-
technically kind of do that for like
Looks-
6
resurrect
seconds.
someone?
Well, I mean, I can
Yeah, didn't
control your
Snow
dead
also
body
do
like
that?
a
Oh my
puppet.
God.
You make it come back to
That's
life for
not
5
the
seconds
same thing.
to hit someone in the head, so you're
Regardless,
technically
He
alive.
looks to you two, reaches out his hands and says, "Come to me. Please."
I'll just kind of kneel in front of him, I guess.
Lucian, you the same?
No kneeling, but yes.
He rests his hands on both of your shoulders. For a moment, you feel an energy course throughout you. Life. With that, you both have a boon. You both, once, over the course of your lifetimes, can cast the resurrection spell.
Impressive.
Can we cast it on ourselves?
You will be a corpse, so no.
It is not like a fucking medi pack that activates when you go
Can I
down.
cast
Are
it
you
on my
sh-
love for life?
Oh my god.
Can
Regardless.
you sure I can't just
Um,
recast the spell right before I go
point-
down for it to fall back down on me as I die?
A point that should
Yeah,
be noted.
pull a Nerden.
The components of the spell will not be required. You do not need 1,000 gold of diamonds.
Oh,
Very important thing to note.
well, seeing as how I'm half made of those, I guess, kind of.
You fucking what?
Nah, I'm more so just made out of like weird opal rocks and shit.
Well, you're made of 2,000 gold, apparently, according to the very monetary value Jabal placed on you at the start of this campaign. So.
Yeah, well,
you're
yeah,
made
well-
of 2,000 gold. I think we gotta rethink
Time to
a
get the
couple things.
pickaxe.
Jabal can freaking.
I still got
lick
the
my
worm
tongue.
whacker.
I don't care.
We're going mining, boys.
Regardless, you may add this boon however you wish to your sheets, or I'll add it later. We'll talk about it after. Regardless, though, Artist will raise his hand from you both and say, Ibarra's blessing is not one to take lightly. Use these gifts if you can.
No.
Use them wisely.
It will be done.
Lowers his hands. Be off then. You have an island to save, and souls to rescue. The world is plagued by this, not just our home. Make everything right. Stop a Serac.
It will be done. And I'll
And with
just
that,
kind of turn and walk away.
you walk. Does the rest of your group follow?
You're...
Alright.
Indeed.
No, we loiter.
I'm gonna loiter you.
Please.
With that, hold on 1 second. So I'm getting typed too.
One. He'll stop doing it eventually. One time he'll stop.
No, you don't. Anyways, with that, you wander back to your ship, leaving Mesra once and for all. The giant long ship, far gone at this point, only a speck in the distance. Giants repelled, and Mesro safe as the maze walkers reawoken. The lush vibrance surrounding the city is even greener than ever. Once again aboard your vessel, you pull anchor and set out once more back to Port Nyanzaru for the
Get my
last
fucking
time.
vest.
And with that, you're on the boat. Is there anything your group would like to do while you're on the ship, talkativeness-wise, or would you simply
I'd
want to
like to take a
expedite
long
the...
rest.
Yes, that is granted. But will there just be simple... Should we expedite the travel for the sake of it, or will there be any talk?
Well, does anybody want to talk about anything?
I'm a man. I bottle my feelings. Come on.
Now that the seriousness is kind of past,
bottle
maybe we
my
can take a fucking
feelings.
breather.
Yeah, that makes sense that your entire group would be taking a load off. Relaxing.
Look, I'm snoozing in the fucking crow's nest. Y'all ain't touching me for like an hour.
Good lord.
Right then.
Lucian
case-
worked on some preparatory stuff for the journey ahead.
Scrolls!
Scrolls.
Scroll!
Scrolls.
Anyways,
Hey,
in that case,
I actually just remembered
Don't you
something.
say it.
Oh,
I-
he has dementia.
Would like to talk to my beholder friend, my pen pal.
oh god,
You're
My
fucking
pen
what?
pal.
Yeah, his
lest
pen
we ever
pal.
there.
forget.
Hey there, just awoke a sleeping fucking behemoth on the island. How you doing?
Alright, what are you gonna do? I mean, you got fucking all ears with the sending stone.
How many days back do I have? Did you say I can do this once a day?
Yeah,
How many
A
days do
lot.
I got? Okay.
a lot.
So we'll just have like a whole conversation here.
A whole
Sure.
conversation separated by days.
Um,
We'll just have the conversation and assume it's expedited for the sake of it being multiple days travel.
um. Hey, buddy. Been a long time since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well.
Is that
All
it?
you get is the dial tone.
That's the start. I want to say hello to my long lost pen pal.
I was worried you died.
Very fair.
Don't worry about
Mm.
that. I've actually done a lot since we last spoke.
Do tell.
Oh, blew up a bay full of pirates. Found all my long lost family. Talked to a god. You know, typical stuff.
Exhilarating.
I actually do have a question. If you would perhaps know the knowledge to said question, I won't be upset if you don't, though. It's fine.
Ask
Nerd,
away.
Nerd, what is the name of the bad guy in this campaign again that I literally just forgot his name?
A Serac.
You wouldn't happen to know the whereabouts or perhaps general direction of a Sirac, maybe, if you've ever heard of him?
Mm.
Oh, this
good
I
point.
can help you with.
Do tell, do
But
tell. Oh.
I'll require some legwork from you.
Well, this whole journey's been nothing but leg work. Hit me with it.
You must find the lost city of Omu.
That's where we
Within.
just came from.
You must pass a test to enter in to my lair. From there, I can show you forward. Once we meet.
Alright, sounds good.
And then I'll take you right to him.
That doesn't sound like a trap at all.
Nah, we can trust him. After all,
Beholders and you.
I was just about to say, like, after all, when has a beholder ever done anything bad?
Xanathar, 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 Xanathar.
I can list off several occasions, but okay.
I'll say back. Well, thank you for that wonderful bit of information. I'll be there as soon as possible.
Thank you.
And she like just turns into a beholder, and that's why I've been talking to her the whole time.
That conversation took 7 days.
Of course, somebody was doing the math.
As it should.
All right, that's all I got.
Good. Your group arrives back at the port.
Yeah, baby.
Entering in once more, your boat pulls into the dry dock, chains lowering and then being raised up to be cleaned, scraped, and managed. Entering in to the great city once more, departing from your boat. Now's the time. The last time you'll ever be in this city again. What is your last business?
Okay, I'm just gonna put it as plain as possible. I'm gearing to spend 2,000 gold. So
Yep, now's the
buy
time.
whatever you need. There will not be a return trip.
Okay, 1 second.
I know.
We'll
one
say in the
thing,
mean-
group.
Before you try and buy healing potions, I already bought them all. They're gone.
In the meantime, your group will need to go to a guide. You have to choose one guide. Wolf,
Choose
you
a
weren't here
guide.
for it, but the group last session, I managed to finally get to discuss what guide they were interested in, and everyone seemed
River and Flash.
interested. Everyone seemed interested in Saladia.
I'm fine with that.
All right, then your group will have to go meet with her at some point.
I have one bit of business I'd like to take care of, but I can wait until everybody else is done with theirs.
I'm sure it's just going to be shopping. So,
My business has concluded the last time we were in port, and I made my shopping list hours ago.
does anyone have any role play they want to do in this city that's not just meta shopping stuff?
My vest.
Huh?
My vest.
Ah, yes. Returning to the clothing shop, you enter in without difficulty. The price already paid for, and the vest is given to you, tailored perfectly to match your size, with only a few gemstones removed. That honestly adds to the decor a little bit, making it a lot less over showboaty than you would, than would have been necessary. It helps, makes it much more practical. The old dragonborn lady there will say, "This is the best that I could do for you. I hope it's well."
Oh, it
Is it
looks
like a captain's
fantastic.
vest?
Ah?
Is it like a captain's vest?
Yeah. It's the vest that it's a bedazzled vest he stole from the previous captain that he took the ship from.
Oh!
Yeah,
Had it
that is
retailored.
fitting.
Either way, she looks at you and says, "Well, will I be doing any more business for you, or will you be off?"
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be having time for more business.
Okay. Well, you always know where to return in the future if this was to your liking.
Although, from the looks of this vest, I may be commissioning you to do a flag here in some time future. Provided I
Oh,
make it back from this trip.
that is more of an artist's job. I wouldn't mind tailoring it, but you would have to have a design for me before you came in.
Well, obviously, I got some time to think about it.
I can recommend to you an artist if you would like.
Who did you have in mind?
Let me look at my notes.
You've
Is it
actually
the
got someone
husband?
for flags.
Is it the husband of the
Yep.
one of the merchants? Yep,
That's what I
yep,
was just thinking.
Yep.
She names off that person then, since you know him already. He is a bit on the stranger side, but his work cannot be denied.
I've dealt with him before.
Oh, wonderful. That should make things quite simple for you then.
Hopefully. I don't remember how we left the standing with that one.
You left off
Do
really
you-
well with him.
Did we?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we were always
Incredibly well.
friendly to him.
Yeah, you did business with him well, and you always made him happy. So everything's cool.
It's just his wife that hates us.
Yeah.
Well, in particular
think-
me,
Ah.
but
She thinks the both of you are dead.
Actually, now that we're in town, I could go back and tell him more about the painting I wanted done.
Okay. We'll get to that.
I
Before
didn't
we
even
do,
think of
however,
that.
we'll say that that'll be the last thing unless there's any major things to do. But before that, Wolf.
this is a major thing.
Huh?
This is a major
No,
thing.
I
what
know. I'm saying this is that will be the last major thing we do. Jax.
Okay.
So what do you want to do in the meantime?
What is? I can't remember his name right now. It's the merchant prince in the old district that like helped out with the poor people. We saved him.
The
He's
one
like
that we got from the
Oh.
Dino Pit.
Yeah, he's like
The
a white
beggar
dragon.
prince,
Taban.
Prince
Yeah.
Taban.
Prince Taban. I would like to go speak to him.
All right.
Yeah.
Walking to the old city. Does anyone wish to go along with Wolf?
Me, please.
Does anyone not wish to go along with Wolf? That is my question.
Damn.
I hear no nos.
I have prep.
You will not be going with him?
Yeah, I'm good. I got prep. Oonga boonga.
Cinder, I'm assuming
I'm
you will
getting
be-
my horn a blasting. I've been given permission by the treasurer.
Oh,
So Cinder, will you be going with Wolf?
I'm glad
or...
that I'm glad this is a permission thing. But yeah, I already was picking one up, so that's just lumped in with what I was getting. You can come.
Okie doke.
Cinder?
I'm,
Will you be
going
will
with
you be going with
Lucian.
good?
Lucian.
Lucian, okay, just Wolf and Jack then. Jack and Wolf, you enter into the old city, taking off your disguises as they are no longer necessary. For now.
Would I
I
be
mean,
able to
we don't really need
also...
disguises at all. We don't really give a fuck anymore.
Oh well, it still
Um,
matters a lot,
and
as you
I
will be thrown out the
will-
city without them.
Look around and see if I can find either him or anyone like of his personal guard that I can talk to take me to him.
You know where to go
Wh-
from last time you were here. You enter into the massive ziggurat-like temple with the heavy lift that was inside. Both of you step on it, and then it's pulled by the guards that stand below, watching, taking you to the top where you see Taban lingering with some of the common folk.
Hey, Taban.
Hello, it's marvelous to see you again.
Ah,
It's been a
What do I
hot
owe the
minute.
pleasure? What do I owe the pleasure to you all?
this is going to be our last time that we will be in this city, and we're preparing for something
Oh,
important.
We're probably going to die.
Yes.
will you be? Ah, yes. I see. Might I ask why?
Oh,
I-
you know, just a lot of fancy magic and undead and all that
Oh.
mumbo jumbo.
Well, what can I do to assure that you do not die?
It's
I
not
owe
what
it to you.
it's not what you can do for us that I came
know.
here. I came here to tell you what I can do for you.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I do not know the current status of the city and all of its politics and everything that's been going on since we've been away, because we've been away a lot. But
yes.
I came to offer you something I feel that you've been looking for.
What would that be?
A place for you and your people to live without having to worry about the the merchant princes and their rule. A new start
enter-
for everyone.
I'll entertain the thought. What do you have in mind? Though I do have a word on that.
I'm going to hold out our map and then just kind of sprawl it out on a table for him. And I'm going to like point to where Mesro is. I'm going to say, if you can take your people here by boat, the path is almost perfectly clear. We've sailed back and forth between them a few times. This is my home.
He says,
Hmm.
I cannot thank you enough for this offer, this gift, to let us stay in your home. However, this is our home. Leans in as he says it. The merchant princes are an obstacle, but they're one we must face. We cannot run and hide. If we left this city as it was, then many more than what we offer would be hurt. The people who live here, they would not all leave. This is their culture. This is where they have lived forever, and they will not give up on it, as I'm sure you can understand and respect.
I can understand that better than most.
Though I do not deny your offer out of hatred or disrespect.
You do it out of duty to your people. You don't need to explain yourself to me. Not for that. Though, just know that the offer will always stand. If you and your people ever need a place to go, or perhaps if you felt like maybe there won't be much of a home left here after you're done.
I'll remember that, and I'll always cherish it. Thank you for that offer.
I do have one more.
Of course.
Provided that we make it back from this adventure, which is very unlikely, but provided we do, I will come back here and I will help you in your fight to take back the city and give these people what they need.
That would mean more than anything. And in time, perhaps we can have that.
If you are going to fight, I'm going to reach into my bag because I've been meaning to get rid of this item for a while because I've never fucking used it, but you know what, I'm glad I still have it. I'm going to pull out my old war club. It's not like bad condition or anything like that. It's just I've never really used it this campaign because my claws are better.
Dude, literally Nurgan and his fucking equipment half the time.
Not
I'm
your
gonna-
recaster.
You know my pain. You
Yeah,
know my
regardless.
pain.
Regardless of.
I'm going to hand him the club and I'm going to say, then go with the blessings of Ubteo and know that we are by your side.
Go with the blessing of Ubteo, this big fucking club.
Hey, listen, I'm just
Whoa,
saying.
bonk be
I mean,
upon thee.
Let's be
That is one of the
100%
most
real right
Ubteo
now.
blessings ever, don't get me wrong, but
Let me just say this right now. Ubteo may be a guy who believes in following your own path. That path may include braining a motherfucker.
it
Okay.
does a lot of the time include excessive violence.
Yes.
So, regardless, as you held out the weapon, he looks to it and says, I'm sorry, but I do not think I can accept this. You have given me so much and I have yet to return any of the favor.
No.
How can I?
Honestly, I'd be down for another fight in the club.
That can happen after we're done. I actually would kind of like to see you get your ass kicked.
Are you sure?
I've been doing fairly well.
A fight
Yeah.
can... One last fight can be arranged if you believe this is going to be your day of death, and in that case I would gladly take this. We could clear out the entire building just for your group.
I'm just gonna kind of glance over at Wolf like, maybe?
I mean, hey, man, you're the one getting punched. Like, it's
You
up
could
to
pick
you.
any opponent you choose.
Hmm,
You know what?
why
Nah,
not?
I have an idea. No, I know exactly what I want. I know
Mhm.
exactly what I want.
I will say, you can choose whoever you want, and I like the way you're going with this, Wolf. The Fight Club stuff,
Oh, this doesn't
it
have
will
to do
be
with the fight.
expedited.
This
Oh, okay.
No,
doesn't
that's
have to do with the
completely
fight.
fine.
I was saying,
so-
the Fight Club stuff will it'll be more of a descriptor. We've done it a lot in the past, and I think it's lived through its glory days. I think we
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta get one more for sake of it.
it's more of a descriptor if we're just going to be saying it as, but we're
That's
not going to
fine.
actually be going through the role. Yeah, I'm just saying it.
You know
Either
what?
way.
If we're gonna be going out into this jungle on this grand conquest adventure,
Oh, I should put you on the Port Nyanzaru map.
Probably.
Keep going though.
I want to do this in style.
What do you
I'm
think?
gonna, I'm gonna look back towards Tavan. I'm gonna say, what strings can you pull with the people who go and capture dinosaurs?
Oh, that is actually the job of one of the merchant princes, believe it or not. One who keeps track of animals. I I have my own personal dinosaur that I use for the races, and since I control the races, I can get in contact. Were you interested in a mount?
5 mounts to be exact.
Oh, what are you
5.
thinking?
I'm gonna look towards Jack. We're going to war, Jack. We need to look the part.
We're going to war, buddy.
What,
And you know,
Jack?
and you know,
Lord.
and you know what like is in the back of my mind right now. I really doubt I could make it happen, but
All right, Wolf Pratt, what are you thinking?
you know, I wouldn't mind riding into battle on that one merchant prince's fire-breathing T-Rex.
Oh, that ain't never
T-Rex
gonna
wasn't
happen.
fire breathing. The T-Rex was painted like a dragon, and she had a fire staff that she shot fire through to make it look like it breathed
Close
fire.
enough. Close enough.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, close enough.
Just strap Paul to the top of it.
Do you think we
Fuck
could
yeah!
get one? Do you think we could get one mounted with a ballista?
What are you you interested in a T-Rex?
Well, I want one of
Oh.
those.
That is tricky, but I suppose not impossible.
I'll have to talk to the
T-Rexes
others about what they want.
T-Rexes can be unwavering beasts. They can provide you whatever dinosaurs you need. If it is raptors you require, we still have some raptors left over from the Executioner's run. They are surprisingly easy to train.
So
Oh,
we'll
trust me.
Get like 2 dozen of those.
I have a way of understanding the large
one
beasts
each.
that are Rexes. I actually used to have one as my best friend a long time ago.
Suppose I share the sentiment. Alright then. I'll see what I can do. You can take my own personal T-Rex.
Well, thank you. I will
T-Rexes are, if you could believe it, a rare thing. There are only 2 in the city at the moment. The one that the other merchant prince had and my own.
I will take good care of him. Her.
Him.
her, Him.
Do so.
I will. Jack, what do you want?
He'll take your club, by the way.
No.
You know, I mean, like you got options. We're gonna be here for just a little bit, so.
You seem like a raptor would treat you well.
I mean, I'd always tossed around the idea, but I never thought I'd actually have the chance. My
Are you
last
interested?
my last couple forays with wild animals haven't gone the best.
Well, our dinosaurs are trained well. They will get you to your destination and fight whatever's in front of them, hypothetically speaking, though some of them it might not be good to have them fight. I recommend using them mostly as mounts.
Don't you suppose you could get one that would specialize in fighting?
It's not that they can't fight, it's that once they start, they can't stop.
Oh,
Most
like
of the
wolf.
time. Yes.
It's why I like them.
Be wary. But regardless, I can get you some mounts fit for the jungle. Do not fret, I'll make sure your group has a bunch of raptors and you may take my T-Rex.
Okay.
Though, I might not be able to get raptors for everyone, so you might have to share the T-Rex.
That's all right. I'll let Cinder or whoever else wants to kind of like. We're gonna
Cinder
fucking
gets a dodo.
we're gonna fucking tandem bike the T-Rex. Just
Oh my god.
yeah. Okay. I'll look back at him and I'll say, and that's all we ask. Consider our debt repaid.
Of course.
We're square, and I wish you good luck in you and your people here.
You as well, and I hope we can meet again. Oh,
As do I.
by the way,
Hmm?
Aku wanted me to... Though she cannot see you again, at least for now, she assumes, she wanted me to thank you the next time I saw you all.
Oh?
For everything you've done to the city. She's currently wrapped up trying to investigate a merchant prince who's supposedly fallen ill.
Well,
Good.
it's been our pleasure to help.
I'm glad it has been. It's been my pleasure to have met you all. Do well and don't die.
We'll do our
I can't
best.
imagine it.
Now, Jack, you wanted to get punched in the face.
Yes. At night, meet at the club. Everything will be for you.
Okay. I guess that's our business concluded, unless you have anything else you want to add, Jack.
Ass kicked.
Yeah. You came in asking for a fight, and now you got a fight.
I thought I'd get this far.
Hmm.
I did the math, but God, am I fucking stupid. Get the gurney ready, Wolf.
I mean, it should be stated very clearly. These mounts are, these are one-time fast passes that will be useful for Omo. Imagine it being hard to get a T-Rex into a dungeon.
Yeah.
No, we just use a shrinking spell.
But then it's basically just a raptor.
But then we make it bigger.
Fucking
Okay.
where?
Nerd
What?
question. Do we have any ties to the Zentarium or anything like that? Anybody who's sneaky or has like anything
You
like that?
Anyone who's sneaky.
you know Toshlin, and you might be able to get something out of her, as she was preparing to leave the city last you heard at Kai's House of Respite. So,
Which one's the one that runs the black market again?
that would be Captain something with an O. I'm spacing the name.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to check in there too
Ortome.
before we leave.
Captain Ortome.
I have a very particular thing that I want from me, and I think Nerd knows exactly what it is.
Not at all, but we'll find out soon, I'm sure.
Is there anything left over for party funds?
That's probably for Lucian.
Yeah,
to
it's
figure out.
Lucian's.
What's up?
How
Is
much
there
money we got
any-
left?
Huh? Oh, okay. Provided we're letting me go through with my insanity. 1 second.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Gonna use the bathroom. Be right back.
minus 1913.
Because I'm thinking we should try and hit up the black market and see if there's anything
Through my
extra.
insanity, we have 1,842 gold left.
Oh, plenty.
Oh shit, yeah. No, that's more than
Yeah.
enough.
You guys, you know what I'm doing?
Huh.
I said that I wanted to go into battle with a fire-breathing T-Rex. I'm
Oh, boy.
going into battle with a fire-breathing T-Rex.
Would
I
you
am
like
s-
my
I am-
glove of gunpowder?
I am getting someone to steal that fucking Mad Max staff that that bitch has. I'm getting it to happen. I don't give a shit.
I'm out of paint though. I'm out of fancy paint.
I don't care. I'll buy a couple bottles of regular paint and I'll fucking put war paint on, bro. I am fitting to go to war. I am I'm gonna be a tribal fucking chief with a flamethrower T-Rex just riding into battle. That's what I want. If I'm doing this, look, if I'm gonna do one thing this campaign, like in terms of with a mount, I'm going to make it cool.
Oh yeah, brother.
I would recommend, Cinder, that if you're going to be on the T-Rex with me, that you do not get close to its face, because I'm pretty sure it will eat you like a chicken nugget.
Why the fuck would I get close to it?
I don't know. There's just a warning.
Biscuit, a biscuit.
Oh my god.
You shouldn't scare chicken nuggets like that. That's rude.
Good lord.
Get all those chickens.
There's not a bunch of chickens, it's just me.
Look at all those chicken.
All that chicken.
Funny story. Did you know that you can get like 60 hours worth of oil for 1 gold?
What?
What the fuck?
160 hours?
Uh,
They're a fucking oil field around here or some shit? Like they got this in abundance?
No, oil just
Careful
cheap.
about that. America's gonna show up.
So yeah, with that out of the way, I bought 72 hours worth of oil.
Why?
Because
because
So what does that come?
the wonderful.
What does that come out to? 1 gold and 2 silver?
well, one came with a burglar's pack, but there's my shopping list if any of you are curious.
Oh,
Why'd you get a burglar's pack?
Had stuff in it that I wanted.
You just bought the
800 healing potions.
Okay, well that's not 800
800
healing
in
potions.
healing
That's the
potions.
total cost, but
Oh, I was very concerned for a second. I'm like,
Nerd would
dude, what the
even-
fuck? Did you
even-
buy
even-
out their inventory?
even
Damn.
well, to answer your question, yes, I did buy out their inventory, but if Nerd let me buy 800 healing potions, well, I have bigger problems.
Then that
but-
means we're screwed from the get-go.
But no, I did clear out their entire inventory of healing potions. I asked Nerd if there was a limit.
What?
He told me yes.
Because he knew you'd do this shit.
We're going into the tomb. It's a necessary evil, I'm afraid.
To be fair, if you weren't going to, I was going to.
We're not actually getting that many potions. Don't worry, Minnie. We're not allowed to have 200 potions or 800 potions. Or...
Potions,
It's
sir.
800 gold worth. of
I'm going
potions.
into battle, and I require your strongest potions.
I'll take your entire stock.
We just roll into the fucking final
And I
boss fight
did-
all
I
wearing
did
beer
do the
hats with
entire
potions
stuff.
connected to them.
So, how do you guys feel about wearing war paint?
Ooh,
No.
I'm down. I'll do it.
Don't fuck with my fur.
I'll do it. I'm no coward.
Okay, Cinder will get war paint.
Listen,
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I've already got a pretty funky looking eye rune on my forehead. I think I'm
You know what?
good.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on, Lucian. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
I've got my own version.
It
of
makes-
No,
war
the last
paint.
time we tried to peer pressure this fucker, he disabled the table.
It makes sense that
Wait, what do you mean I disabled the table? What did I do to the table?
Shut
God.
down the gang idea.
what the fuck?
Oh, the group name idea.
Hey, I was not responsible. I was partly responsible. Get it right.
I was gonna say I love that the natives to the island are just like, yes, tribal war paint. Let's go.
I
As
mean-
it
Kick ass.
should be.
I mean, hey, 240 years ago it was all the rage.
Hell yeah.
Got a point.
I
Hey,
mean,
yo,
hey,
Wolf.
we've upgraded since then. I used to do mine out of blood. Yes,
Wolf.
Jack.
You think Ubtail's statue thing would get mad if I stocked that pond with fish?
That's kind of between you and him. I
Like, it'll
can't
be
really.
strictly catch and release.
I that's a tightrope for you to walk, man. I can't tell you. I don't.
I'm
I
back.
don't fucking know.
As I return, I hope most calculation has concluded.
We have around 1,800 gold pieces left.
Give or
Wow.
well, leave some for Viren as well, because he's not here. We don't know what he wants.
Yeah.
I
So
think
there-
I think we've got the whole
take. Oh,
stuff.
that's-
Yeah.
That smells like tough shit.
What?
Jack, shut up.
So nerd, we're gonna go to the black market. I have to ask, is there someone I could hire for thievery services?
Yeah, how you're looking at him.
Someone
could
who
go-
is expert in sneaky
You asked about-
thievery services.
Ouch.
Yeah, how you're looking at him still.
You can ask either Jack or the Zentarium, as you proposed earlier.
Well, the Zentarium work for the person I'm trying to steal from, so I don't really think that's an option.
Who would that be, Jabal?
No, the other merchant prince bitch that hates me.
They do not
Oh.
work for her.
Oh, they don't work for her? Oh, Pog, let's go.
You know, you could
Get that bag, Wolf. Get that bag.
Yeah, see, Jack, here's the thing. I would hire you, but on the off chance this goes south, I would rather it be some random Zentarium fuckhead that gets killed and executed than you.
Yeah, but you see, if you hire me, it won't go south.
We don't
That
have a guarantee
is
of that.
the most blatant bullshit thing you have ever said to me in this entire campaign.
Look, worst comes to worst, I kill her.
Yeah, you kill her. Yeah,
Just a
okay.
little oopsie, okay?
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
Fell
where
down
do I
several
go to the
flights of stairs.
Where do I go to the Zentarium?
His
I wanna
house of
talk to him.
respite.
Okay, I'm going there.
That's where we're going anyway,
Alright.
so I can get my ass handed to me.
So, after all your supplies are purchased and most of your shopping is done, your entire group meets at Kaya's house of respite, actually, because that's where Saladia is as well.
Well, that's convenient.
What a great time to convene, yes. So, all of you arriving around the same time, roughly, walking in together. You all see Saladia in the corner, and you don't see Tashlin at the moment, Wolf.
Okay.
What'll be your group's first course of action?
I'll let anybody else who wants to go go.
I'm putting on my ass kicking shoes. Let's go.
Whose ass are you kicking exactly?
My own.
Well,
What?
one of
Oh,
you
yeah.
should probably speak to Saladia
Oh,
About the fight we're gonna have in the basement.
about the journey.
Not it.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
What's
I
it
have
gonna
no
be,
idea
huh?
what's going on 90% of the time. So
I guess I can do it if nobody else wants to.
I volunteer
already-
Wolf as tribute.
Okay.
I already
That's
said
kind of
not
the
it.
running-
I
that's
put my
kind of the
finger on
running
my
theme of
nose.
this episode.
Don't you love peer pressure?
Wait, what's in there?
I said I
Like,
already.
not it.
I already said
Oh
not
my
it. I
God.
put my finger on my nose.
Sweet, Harmony.
I will go over and talk to Saladia.
Your entire group follows along.
A bunch of idiots.
Hey.
She looks up from her meal lunch. What is it? Do you
Wanna
plan
hire you.
requesting my services?
Yes.
Perfect. I was hoping you would do so. As a matter of fact, I was going to find you myself whenever I was available. Able.
Well, the thing about the journey we're asking you to go on with us is that this is going to be incredibly dangerous.
Of course. Of that I'm well aware. But no better guide can you pick
And
for
when I
such
say
a journey.
and when I say dangerous, I mean potential fate of the island and everyone dying and turning into undead monsters kind of dangerous.
Let me let you in on a little secret. I have been to Omu before. That is why it's my area of expertise. I know my way around everything.
Okay. Well, we decided you'd be the best for that job for that very reason, so...
Then,
Save enough to pay the guide.
Oh, yeah.
mentioning pay, she says, I have no need for money. I do this for my own personal reasons.
Oh, you're crazy like we are.
There is something I want from the city. That is all. And going along with you means that I can get it.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. We are gonna be heading there on... Well, not on foot. We're getting mounts ready for everyone.
Wonderful. Glad to hear we will not be trudging through the jungle like peasants.
Oh, trust me. That's the last thing we're gonna have to worry about.
Oh, it's not about you. Look at my vest. I ain't no
After
pussy.
returning, everyone with need of it will be swimming in gold, so really there's no reason not to splurge.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Oh, Lucian,
Well-
Cinder, I got you guys mounts, by the way.
Ooh.
Well,
But
that is
we'll
more
either be
convenient
swimming
than
in it or
having
buried in it.
my own, so...
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll look forward to it. We'll be leaving tomorrow in the morning.
Of course. Have you any other questions? No?
No?
Not even where
We're just-
Toshlin might be?
Oh, right. Yeah. Hey, do you know? Would you happen
I'm
to
sorry,
know where?
who?
Would you happen to know where Toslin is?
Yes, the Zent. You should ask Kaya, but I believe she's up in her room. She's not come out in a few days. I have made sure, or seen it rather.
Well, I'll go talk to Kaya.
What,
Yeah,
she
Kaya.
upset or something?
Not sure, honestly. Not my place to bother. Regardless, though, you walk to Kaya, and Kaya says, "Hello, how can I help you?" Half-elven woman.
I'm looking for Toslin.
Tashlin. Oh, if you want her, then you have to go to her room. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would like to ask you for some help, if you don't mind.
Yes.
You see, Tashlin, she's payrolled this inn for a while now and paid for a long night's stay. However, her time has expired, as she was planning to leave soon. I need someone to get her out of her room. And you're all seemingly the most capable.
I'll handle it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I have work for her anyway.
Oh, perfect. Then I hope you can kill two birds with one stone.
Yep. I'm going to walk towards the stairs, place my foot on the first step, and forgetting what happened the first time I did that, like a year and a half ago, I'm going to try, like, just gonna like crumble through the fucking staircase.
Well, the stairs in here are a lot more durable than where it actually happened, which was the other inn, the much crappier one.
Oh, I thought this was the
They
same
heard
one.
what happened and
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
ah,
it
we
was.
upgrading.
I would have like fallen through. I would have been like, ah, damn it.
Nope, this is a lot more durable.
Okay, I will walk up said stairs and go to her room and knock.
Knock on the door and you don't get an immediate answer, but with your passive perception, you can swear that you hear like a chopping.
Uh-oh.
Tajlin,
It stops.
it's me.
Wood splinters in front of you, and
Oh,
splinters shoot out to your face as you see an axe lodged into the door as it creaks open.
I
You see
can see that.
Tashlin standing messied and battered.
Is now a bad
What?
time?
No, it's perfect. Come on in, come on in.
Okay.
mm.
I'll just walk in and close the door behind me.
She pulls the axe to close the door and then rips it out as it shuts.
How you been?
Fingers against the blade of the axe. You see cuts all around the room. Are you here to kick me out?
What?
Not looking
No.
towards you at the moment.
No, I'm actually here to hire you.
Axe drops to the side. That's wonderful to hear, as she looks back towards you, a much kind of crazed grin. You aren't sure if that's just happiness or what, but it's weird. She's a little off her rocker, as she always has been.
She's a little wrong in the head.
So, how do you feel about stealing something from me? Or for me? From me. For me.
Custodians. She says, depends on what you want me to get. My men are capable.
So, you know that one merchant prince that apparently none of you work for? The crazy one, you know, the one with the T-Rex?
Ah, the T-Rex. Well, you had me at Merchant Prince's. I don't normally do this, but would you mind if I just told you a bit about this all?
Sure. I mean, I'm all ears.
Right. So you see, your group's been reliable in the times we've been able to count on you, albeit those times were few and far between. I came here on behalf of the Zints of Waterdeep to make things right and establish a business here with the Merchant Princes. It started with Jabal, but that spineless bastard failed me. And then it started with the rest of them, when one by one I was shown that all they are is prissy nobles. So when you tell me that I get to steal something from one of them, that's invigorating.
Well, now I may have two offers for you, actually. But we'll get to the other one once I tell you this.
Let's hear them, because I want to make myself have a reputation before I leave this city.
You know that one female, the merchant prince, the one who's very angry all the time, it seems. You know how she does the whole
Yes.
charade with the dragon. I'm gonna put my fingers up in quotes that she rides. You know.
Of course, a wonderful performance. Whatever.
Oh, that fancy staff, that fancy spear she has that spews the flames. I want it.
Mm. It is difficult, but I'm interested. Let me think. The price. Let me look up the item. So that I can think of a price.
Yes.
Because this is a very long and gambly way of purchasing a magic item.
For
Warden Kanan's
anybody,
Moss is a multiverse.
for anybody who wants to know why I want this,
We already know.
no, not just for that. There's a second reason that I was gonna explain before we
Durgar!
come back. Oh, is this one of those Duragar spears that they use to light the forges in Grocklestew?
Not specifically. These stat blocks that I use came out before that, or after that, actually.
Ah.
It's all coming full circle.
However, it's not too far off.
Well, I mean, I guess since this takes place after our campaign, this would be one of the remnants of one of their spears from their now destroyed and burned and just absolutely eviscerated city.
There is more than one Duragar city, if you can believe it.
I know. I just.
So a picture of
In the
staff.
distance, you see a centaur galloping across the water.
That looks like a 40k weapon.
What the hell? That's a goddamn flamethrower.
That's an actual flamethrower.
What the hell?
Duragar Industrial.
The reason I also want this one is because I had a spear that would represent my lightning, and now I want one to represent my fire.
What in the fucking deep rock is that shit?
Okay. 3D.
What in the Deep Rock Galactic?
You could. She says, I'll do it for cheap. Let's settle 500 gold.
Deal.
Perfect.
That'll still leave
said
like
you had-
1300 for Byron.
You said you had another proposition.
This one I feel will be more interested in. You'll be more interested in terms of personal reasons. You really want to take these merchant bastards down? You
No.
really want to make them feel it?
I want them to feel it, that's for sure. I want to leave an impression so they don't forget who they screwed. Part of his
Oh,
Interium's job.
oh, I know the perfect person you can talk to for that.
I'm listening.
In fact, our friend is going to be having a bit of a fun little friendly sparring match with him in a fight pit tonight.
I'm going to do what now?
Perhaps I'll introduce
Oh, I'm not even
you
there.
Yeah, perhaps I'll introduce you to him. If you really want to get back at those money peddling rich snobby assholes, he'll be the perfect one to help you get your revenge.
If you have a business partner or reliable than those merchant bastards, siphoning money from them should be enough for me to return home without any worries from the leader.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And you can really stick it to these guys on your way out.
Who are you referring to? She starts
Yeah.
going through a pouch.
His name's Taban, right?
Yes.
Do you know of Taban?
Ah. Yes, I have heard. You say he is a reliable ally.
He is. And he hates the merchant princes. And he wants to either see them gone or, I'm going to hold my fingers up in quotes, gone, if you catch my meaning. I do not know which. I don't know how far he is willing to go for his goals, but I assure you that if you assist him and let him know that you want to make sure that merchant princes know that you helped him in dealing with them, I'd sure he'd be more than happy to pay you for your services. And he could
Thanks
always
for a
use the
moment.
help.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage.
And I'll say, because of all the Ubteo stuff, you have inspiration, so you might be able to use that here if it becomes necessary. I'll leave that up to you.
Is a 12 pass?
I can't tell you that.
I mean, you could.
You gotta use that.
I'll do it just for the sake of it. So I'll re-roll it with advantage.
Yes, and you'll take the higher number, whatever that may be.
14.
14. That will pass. It was an incredibly low DC.
Oh. Fair enough. Just had to be sure though.
12 is good, but hey, 14 works.
Some is good, more is better.
She pulls a sending stone out of a pouch. She speaks into it and she says, Istrid, send more gold. And men. I'm going to be staying for a few more weeks. Takes the stone, throws it down to the ground, into a into a satchel. Clanks around for a bit, and she says, You have a deal.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure with you as well. The Zents will keep our eyes on you.
I would
You
hope
do
so.
good business, then we'll remember it.
I hope to do more business with you in the future.
Same here.
I'm going to offer my hand to shake on it.
Not even gonna try and cut.
Then she shakes her
your old-
hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
even
then
gonna try and cut your old buddy Jack here some shipping deals. I
you
see.
can do that on your own.
She says, Since you've interested me in the business that I like, go tell Kaya that I'll be staying for a few more days. Here, she goes over to her bedside and puts just a huge satchel of cash. Give this to her and tell her this is my payment.
Okay.
And for damages.
Okay. I'm going to take it and walk out the door and gently close it because I don't know if that door is broken to this point.
Hole, yeah, the holes. There's just a big like axe hole, like The Shining, just in the door.
Ah, all right. I'm gonna head back down to Kaya and just plop the big fat old Santa sack full of money.
Hey.
Oh, oh,
She's gonna
yes,
be staying a little while longer, and this is apparent.
understood.
Also, you might want to get someone up there to repair the damages, but this should cover that.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Well,
What?
Ah, yeah. So I can't remember. Did I use Dispel Magic on the funny contingency rune that got put on me?
Yes,
I did. I don't remember doing it.
Probably. If you didn't, I'll tell you now that it wouldn't work.
Understandable.
At least not for you. You would need a really high level Dispel Magic.
What are we talking? Are we talking how Dispel Magic normally works, where if it's like a lower level you roll for it, or are we talking just straight up not gonna work unless higher level?
Straight up not going to work unless higher level.
Gotcha.
Basically the way it works, but it needs to be the right level.
Gotcha.
I just did business with a psychopath.
Oh yeah, Toshlin's a little cuckoo in the head.
Yeah. See, like this is not the first time.
Hey, Toshlin and more in Waterdeep. Regardless.
So I've got my fucking Deep Rock Galactic spear. I've got us all mounts. I got Toshlin, or not Toshlin. I got Taban, a new best friend and sales associate.
Psychopath?
Yes. But you know what? Everyone
Same
needs a
thing.
little bit of crazy on their side.
Oh yeah. She's definitely got that.
I've done everything that I've wanted to do here. Now I can just sit back and just watch Jack get punched in the face.
Yay.
Jack? Any other business you want to take care of the city before you get going to the fight club?
I was gonna say the painter dude.
Yeah.
but also the night market,
Okay. We'll cover the night market, then the painter, and you'll be done, yeah?
basically.
Alright. In that case, starting with the night market. Once it becomes late into the wee hours of the night, you find your way down and onto Ordeme's ship. Meeting with her,
Mhm.
getting on without difficulty at all, seeing as your reputation exceeds you at this point. You enter on, and Ordeme says, "How can I help you again?"
Goddamn brain farts. I had it. Motherfucker. What was it I wanted to talk to you about last time? Trade deals. Trade deals. Shipping. There it is. I was wondering, I'll be getting a boat of my own soon here. And I was wondering if you'd need any help with trade dealing.
Hmm. Would you be willing to smuggle supplies?
Of course.
Then, of course, we could use your help. You've proven to be reliable enough. If you can do us some smuggling from up and down the Sword's coast, then that would be perfect. Do you have any business contacts that I should look into?
What?
Flaming Fists.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Flame of Fists. Suppose that would count.
I see. For Belyarin's gang. Alright. I'll make sure to get in contact with them. Tell them of your name.
Well, I'm pretty sure they already know me.
Well, of course. I'll
Or
be
I'll be
invoking
getting
your
my
name.
ship after all.
If you'll be working with them, those are some good contacts to have. I'll let them know and we can begin business as soon as you're ready. Do we have a deal?
Yeah,
Raise their hand.
there's me a load of paperwork.
I
Just
like
gonna
to do
kind
my
of
business.
hold up the stack that the fucking ship dude gave me earlier.
Yes, that is Zindar for you. Well, I like to keep my business short and to the point. Regardless,
The only proper way to do business.
shakes her hand and says, "It'll be a pleasure doing more business." And then you're free to go if there's nothing else to say. She is not complicated about this. You've done enough for her.
Is there anything in particular that would be being sold at the night market currently that would catch my eye as being useful for our bullshit to come?
Ah,
Because
no,
off
I
the top of my
was gonna
head, I
say
can't
no.
really think of anything. Would there be any potions that maybe
I never
weren't on the
really,
market?
I never really made a night market shopping list, if I'm being honest. And
Yeah, because we've
I
been
don't,
to town
I
a
don't,
whole whopping like 4 times.
we've been to town a lot. However, it's just never something I got around to doing when I should have. I'm just gonna say no for now. It's just more of a thematic location at this point.
For now, what the? You gonna make a stock for when we come back at the end?
You are not, because once you defeat the tomb, you are done.
The game is over. Go home.
I will not make a stock for a campaign that I am ending.
Pussy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, Jack.
Yeah.
On next, you are to the painter. Without difficulty, you arrive to the painter's house.
Actually, Wolf, do you need any more of that blood? Can I get that here, maybe?
No, I'm good. I've been set on that whole blood thing
He's
ever
set for
since.
life.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
good. I'm also set on the rage thing right now too.
Cool.
For the moment,
Alright.
that could change.
Then the painter, I guess, or getting my face punched
meet-
in.
You meet with Kura, the painter. Entering into his shop and seeing murals painted all around, one depicting your own group, as a matter of fact, from when you asked him previously to do so before, now hung up with pride. He says, "Ah, yes, my friend, welcome again. Be very careful coming in here in the future. My wife still wants you dead. Or thinks
Well,
you're
that's to
dead.
be expected.
What will it be then?
Well, I just
you need
came to
some
tell
help?
you what we've been through. and to potentially request a ship flag from you at some point.
I would love to do a commission for you. Such great clientele, it would be an honor. Um, I'll do it for, to make it cheap, 20 gold.
I'm gonna throw it for the flag or the painting.
This is for the entire flag for your ship. This will be 20 gold all in all to make sure the entire job is done by the tailor and him.
Okay, I will throw in an extra 10. Make sure you make it fancy. I want it to match my new vest.
Of course, of course. I'll do my best. Thank you so
I
much for your business, by the way.
I have the highest faith in you.
Yes, not a lot of people have given me the time of day as you have, so I
I
consider
mean,
you a great
look at
friend.
it. I'm just gonna motion at the giant painting he's made.
I'm very proud of that.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Can't imagine your wife was too happy about it, but
No, of course she wasn't, but I'll be honest, she hasn't seen it yet. She doesn't come to look at a lot of my artwork, honestly.
that's
She's
a
all
real
wrapped up.
shame.
She's wrapped up in business. And with the kids.
How'd you get some new wins?
No, the one that got injured in the pit that she thought you were responsible for.
Yeah, it was a real tragedy, that was.
You were not responsible for that, right? Like, I know I've asked you before, but ask again.
And you will get the same answer as before.
That would be
I don't fucking remember.
I think
fucking.
I think we just straight up just told him no.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, in all fairness, we're not wrong when we said no. We didn't push
We
him
didn't
in.
do it.
Yeah, we just, you know.
So your answer is no.
So you can say
Yeah.
that with a guilt-free
He
conscience.
says, "Thank you. I just needed to double check."
That's understandable.
It was wonderful to meet again. Come back soon.
Gladly.
You know that?
After all, if we survive this final thing here,
Oh.
I'll have a real big one for you.
You're going on one big last expedition?
Oh yeah, because there's a very good chance we'll die.
Oh, I would love to make my magnum opus for you once you return.
Well, I'll do my best to come back.
Of course. Till then, goodbye.
I'll take my leave.
You take your leave and go. And with that, we end your journey in Port Nyanzaru, as your group for the rest of the night spends your time down in the fight clubs in the Thundering Lizard, revisiting and crawling around different memorable places and locations throughout the city, meeting some familiar faces and some old. Frol and Gondolo, even Shago and others. All
I don't
met
suppose I
down
could
here.
go and haunt the fruit market, dude.
You spend some
Leave
time
him
harassing a poor individual is on top of all this business. But for most part, meet with faces new and old, big and small, and enjoy one last night in Port Nyanzaru for the foreseeable future to come. And with that,
Can we toss a coin to see who won the fight between Taban and Jack?
no, we'll just leave it up to your headcanons who won there.
Okay, Jack got laid out. Got it.
You shut the hell up.
100%.
Regardless,
Alright, call it. Heads or tails?
oh
One
my
is heads,
god,
two is tails.
Tails.
one. Ah. Regardless, you
Get
fucking
fucked,
clown,
nerd.
you cretins. As you arise in the morning, awakening in the Thundering Lizard. It's early. The town is quiet, and everyone's asleep. As you
Roll
awaken,
for initiative.
you meet with your guide.
Oh.
Will your group be boarding, well, not boarding your vessel, but heading to the gates to leave Port Nyanzaru for once and for all, last time in this campaign, you'll be here at least. Unless
Um,
we come back in the future.
I think we do. And everyone catches a glimpse of the insane packing Lucian has done.
Just strapped it to your dinosaur. You're fine.
There's 2 sets of rope, 100 pieces of chalk,
You
bunch
just
of
say-
weird shit.
And I
Why
also
the
say,
chalk?
because we said that we were gonna do it while you were gone, nerd. I also wanted to take the night, or like at least in the morning before we left, to apply war paint to me, Jack, and Cinder because we all agreed on it. Lucian didn't want any.
Because he's a
Um,
nerd.
Okay, what war paint do you want to apply?
It's like tribal war paint, you know, like on the face, like maybe like along like your hair or something like that. If you
We're
want to go
going
that
to
far,
war.
we are literally going to war. This is going to be a war.
We'll
We're
see.
gonna die.
Like we are potentially on a death march right now.
Hee hee.
Don't suppose, Cinder, you could recruit any Shawingas along the way to fight with us.
anyways,
I don't think
Yes,
What
the
are
army
we
of
gonna
tiny
do?
people.
We're gonna get stepped on.
7 dwarves will not be. The fucking you won't be bringing Pikmin with you on this journey, unfortunately.
We can't chuck them to swarm an enemy.
Either way,
Look, I got to attach it to my raptor so I have my gunner, okay?
Oh my god.
with your Paleolithic mounts in hand
We're playing to
and in
plot.
saddle, and war paint's applied. Your group collects what you can of your belongings and resources, everything you need for the journey, and your guide, and Volo. And,
I got my spear, right?
well, I was gonna get to that. And
You
you ride,
can't use it.
and you ride out of the city once and for all.
Also, he'll get
Towards
his spear, but
journey.
I don't get my boat.
For the spear. Wolf, I need you to roll me a d100. If you roll a 20 or less, you cannot get the spear. And your money was wasted.
So 20 or less on the D100.
Yep.
That's an
Them some
80%
gods.
chance. So
Don't think of it like that, you'll ruin it.
yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up.
Roll it.
32.
I was just gonna say, would you like me to pray?
Don't ever incite her name.
I'll give you the statistics of the spear afterwards, Wolf.
Okay.
Regardless, with your success out, and your group well armed and well readied, riding out of the city, we'll end session here for the night.
We're
And
gonna
next
create a
session-
frog. We're
And
gonna
next
create a
session, we're
frog.
gonna go on a boss ride.